direction how you feeling about this?
You threw off my groove, Miles.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off Lord Arikado's groove.
Anyway, good evening, my darling batlings. I'm joined tonight by Miles Above and JKR.
Hey, Chaotix.
Yes, because, I mean, the stuff we're doing, since we're kind of solving a mystery with, regards to what the hell Skullface is working on, this is a job for Team Chaotix.
Yeah.
Although I don't think Team Chaotix usually gets involved in war crimes.
Yeah. Debatable.
Anyway, we're continuing the Phantom Pain tonight. And little bit of an update. Friday's stream is being moved to Saturday, and I'll be updating my social media posts accordingly because I forgot that I had a meeting Friday night for a project I'm on. And I would rather, dedicate a whole night to No More Heroes 3 than just rush out like a quick 1 or 2 hour stream.
Yeah.
Not good to rush, man.
Bop.
But with that being said, let's get on over here and launch the game.
God, I love this song, Team Chaos. This is one of the few songs from that era of song that I actually will listen to over and over again.
If you, the song is by an artist named Gunnar Nelson, who was one half of the hair metal duo Nelson. So, if you like Gunnar Nelson's work on Team Chaotix, I'd recommend looking up his band from the 80s, Nelson.
Okay, I'll check it out. Excuse me.
I say that as someone who hasn't listened to any Nelson myself.
How dare you?
I mean, you underestimate how many hair metal bands there were.
Very true.
Like, I put on a hair metal playlist on Spotify. By the way, I finally figured out how to do the 1 month free trial for premium.
Oh, cool, you did?
Yeah, so I don't have to deal with their awful shuffle and the absolute bukkake of ads.
Yeah.
For at least a month anyway. We'll see how it goes.
I remember I used the free month trial for Spotify like years ago when I was listening to a lot of Doctor Who audio dramas because I didn't like the fact that they were being played out of order through the shuffle.
Yeah, the shuffle sucks.
Yep.
Just got to.
Amazon Music is now doing that too, because if you don't have their Amazon Music Unlimited, then you can't listen to the songs you want to listen to without having to deal with ads or shuffling.
Yep.
Thankfully, my mom was nice enough to let me she bought me a subscription for it, so yay. 'Cause she knows how much I like listening to my music on my way to school and back.
Anyway, you remember that truck that I went through so much trouble to pick up? I don't know if you were paying attention to, the post-mission briefing, where it was, covering the contents of what was on the truck.
Don't think I did, sorry. I was focusing on other things.
The report on that cargo we stole from...
Thankfully, they gave us a tape about it.
was transporting two things.
Good.
The analysis of that malachite has come back first. Naturally, the main compound is copper. There's also a small amount of cobalt. Nothing unusual so far. Southern Zaire is a well-known copper belt. However, in addition to these, we also detected a trace amount of uranium. The content percentage, though, is too low for nuclear development. It most likely came from...
Sus indeed.
That's where the uranium in that area comes from. The mine's closed, as all the high-purity uranium ore dried up a long time ago. But you could probably still find it there in small quantities. That said, there are plenty of other uranium mines that are in operation, like in Niger, Namibia, South Africa. Why go to an abandoned mine to scrape up whatever's left and ship it out in mass quantities without refining it? They were transporting that yellow cake too, which would suggest they have the technology to refine uranium. Anyway, that about sums it up. Unfortunately, the analysis of that yellow cake is taking a little longer. I'll let you know when it's done.
So whatever Cypher is up to, or more specifically Skullface is up to, it involves uranium.
Well, I don't know about my uranium, but you know, I can say yours is no. I can say yours is no picnic either.
Seriously.
I mean, he is the JKR. He's got to make some JKs.
Very true. I mean, people go, really? That's where the R comes from.
It's in the contract, Miles.
Yeah, it's in the contract.
Sorry, I didn't read the fine print, bro.
This is why you always have a notary with you.
I am a notary, actually.
You have a better notary with you.
Ouch.
I mean, you didn't read the fine print of your own contract, and you're a notary, so I wouldn't trust you as my notary.
Look, I understand most notary-related documentation, okay?
Yeah, you gotta be prepared for everything, Miles.
What's the next preparation I need to be prepared for? Are you guys gonna surprise me with something that's like... I don't know, I'm not even gonna finish the thought, because I know
you're gonna give us ideas, that's why.
Exactly, that's why I'm stopping.
You need to be prepared for the unexpected.
I really should be at this point because it's y'all, but I tend to give you guys, like... I tend to underestimate y'all.
You give us too much credit, Miles. That's the problem.
Yeah, I do. And I've known you guys for long enough to give you guys too much credit.
Alright, let's take Quiet with us for this. Actually, no, let's not take Quiet with us for this. Actually, yes, because we've got the Guilty Butterfly now. So... she can finally use tranquilizer rounds.
Yeah, I forgot Quiet's character was so different.
Different is one way of putting it.
Not being able to talk.
Oh yeah, that's what drew your attention first.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Not the two, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think the major thing about her is the two big attention grabbers, you know, front and center.
Yeah, those lovely, lovely eyes of hers.
Oh yeah, they're very lovely eyes.
Lovely.
So lovely it makes you like have to just stare at them for a long period of time.
Respectfully.
Yeah, talk about getting lost in her eyes.
I know, right?
I had a shit day today, so I'm just taking it out on my bad jokes tonight.
Good. That's a good way to do it. And let's set some cages up. Yep.
You finally turned it over to Ride of the Valkyries after I don't know how long saying you were never going to do that because it wasn't.
I did it for you, okay? It's a gift to you. If you want me to change it back, then I'll change it to something. I'll change it to some more 80s music, or I'll import my own song list and change it to something shitposty.
Honestly, I didn't even know you could do that. If you could do that,
you can do it on the PC version. On the console versions, you have to use an app to basically play songs from your phone. And from my experience, the app is, like, not the greatest. But it does also serve as a way to have access to the map at all times.
Okay.
The only thing is, given that it's an app from like circa 2015, I don't know if it still works on modern phones.
Yeah, that's fair. Because like I would go into PC gaming just so where I could play like music by Sabaton on.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that most, if not all, of the PC versions of Grand Theft Auto games allow you to import your own songs as a custom radio station, so you don't have to listen to the in-game licensed soundtrack.
Nice. Like, I think for that, I would choose like a ton of like songs that kind of, would have to do with like, oh god, like Fast and Furious, and a lot of those, like car chase movies.
Yeah.
Because basically, like, I would create my own fucking Stunticon playlist. Specifically, like, I would go out of my way to make a playlist dedicated to the Stunticons, just so I could put it into Grand Theft Auto.
Well, I mean, if you're playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City in particular, which is set in the 80s, you could put the 86 soundtrack on there.
Nice.
And it would be era appropriate, I believe. I don't know if it actually takes place in 86, but,
Yeah.
it would be appropriate of, like, 80s music.
Yeah, that's true.
I can also help you get set up on, like, good PC versions of, like, the PS2 trilogy that run natively on, like, modern Windows.
Okay.
With some mods that may add stuff like, support for modern controllers, enhanced graphics, that don't look hideous like they do in the remasters. All sorts of stuff like that. Just quality of life stuff.
Nice.
I can point you in the direction of that. And given that these are like 20-year-old games, you shouldn't have any issues running them. Like, you don't even need a beefy PC, because they were built for, like, for example, like, I've run the installer, like, standalone installer for Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and it's, like, expecting you to be playing on, like, Windows 98 or Windows XP.
Really?
Okay. So,
Yeah.
So Windows 11.
It's not. I'm not even necessarily talking about the operating system. I'm talking about just like the components in your PC that's looking for your current PC will be more than enough for it.
Yeah, which is good because it's a cheap Lenovo laptop, and I mean, like, when I say cheap, I mean it was like it's cheap now, but back in the day this was like pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I actually have to buy a new laptop pretty soon. This old one is about to give out.
Same here. I need to get a new laptop because this one, not only is it woefully outdated, it's gone through so many like parts replacements and stuff like that that at this point it would be better to just get a whole new laptop.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Alienware.
Alienware is actually not a brand that most people would recommend nowadays, ever since they got bought out by Dell.
Oh. Didn't know Dell bought them out.
Dell bought them a while ago. And the quality's been like you're paying for the brand, not for the quality. And Alienware tends to use a lot of like proprietary, needlessly customized parts that makes it hard to get them repaired.
That's true.
Analysis complete.
Like basically they want to do like the Apple thing of like if you need it fixed you have to take it to their repair people instead of just taking it to like your local PC repair shop.
Analysis complete.
But yeah, like for me, like I do want to eventually swap this computer out for a new one, and I'm gonna try and like remove. What I want to do is I want to take out the SSD in here because that is still relatively new. That's only about a year old.
You don't even necessarily need to keep the original SSD. You can just clone the contents on it to a new hard drive.
Okay.
That's typically, like, a lot of PC repair services will also, like, PC repair places, including, I think, like, just Geek Squad, will offer hard drive cloning services.
I think that's what they did, because I think that is what they did. Sorry, Miles, but that is what they did, I believe, because they gave me the old hard drive and they transferred everything from the old hard drive onto this new SSD.
Then, yeah, they did do a cloning job for it. So, yeah, you could just have them clone the contents of your old hard drive to your new one. Again.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily the part that you need to keep, unless it's, like, you know, unless, like, you know, it's a super high storage amount and you want to keep that amount of storage when the one that you're transferring to doesn't have as much. That's about the only reason I could think of for needing to, like, pop out the hard drive from your current PC and switching it to a new one.
My whole reasoning is just because this is a little over a year old, and it still runs like a dream, so my whole thought process is like, why waste perfectly good tech?
Yeah. Thankfully, though, SSDs are coming down in price as, you know, the tech becomes more widely used.
Okay.
It also depends on what kind of SSD it is, whether it's like, you know, an NVMe, you know, M.2 SSD, or whether it's one of the more old style SSDs. Like, I got an older style SSD as like a third hard drive for my desktop for like, I want to say like $40, and it's 1 terabyte.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not like the greatest read and write speeds, but like I'm running Phantom Pain off of it right now, and it works just fine.
Okay.
Like, I'm running it and saving my stream VOD to it at the same time. And I'm not getting any performance issues.
Nice.
Like, it's mainly for recording and extra storage for games.
Makes sense.
Because, like, my other... Like, I've got an SSD, you know, as my main hard drive, as my main, like, OS storage. And then I've also got a 2 terabyte HDD, you know, old school hard drive, that has really high read and write speeds, so it can run, like, a lot of games with no problems, but, you know, as games get newer and newer, they're becoming more reliant on SSDs for stable performance.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to PC ports of modern console games.
Yeah.
Like, if you try, like, for example, if you try to run, like, the PC version of Ratchet & Clank: A Rift in Time off of, no, Rift Apart, that's what it's called. I was mashing it up with a crack in time. If you try to run Rift Apart on, an HDD, it'll run, but you'll get tons of loading sections that are not normally there, because the game expects to be run on an SSD for its seamless transitions.
I see. Now, what were you going to say, Miles, before I so rudely interrupted you?
Yeah, you're fine. I was just stating, like, just in general, like, computer stuff. Like, I'm running, like, a really shitty laptop that I haven't been using too much, because I had a desktop for a while that spontaneously just decided to say I don't care about working anymore and shut down, so I'm waiting for iBuyPower to fix it.
Okay.
And I was going to say, if you guys ever needed spare parts, because I have an old graphics card I don't need anymore, and my old computer that broke.
I mean, I'm looking.
Still works.
Depends on what graphics card it is.
I think it's a 4070.
I'll take that off your hands.
Because it's just literally just sitting gathering dust in my old PC case.
I will take it off your hands because I am in need of an upgrade for my GPU.
What are you using right now?
3060.
Yeah, let me double check it when I go. I know it's an RTX.
Yeah. If it's anything higher than a 3060, anything newer than a 3060, well, that would probably be the 40 series, because I doubt you've shelled out on the 50 series.
Probably not. I'll double check it though.
Like, the 50 series just came out, and it's performing pretty bad.
Yeah, definitely don't have the 50 series.
Like, to the point where certain NVIDIA specific software, like their old physics software, 32-bit physics enhancements for stuff like the Arkham games won't work on the 50 series because the drivers aren't supported.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's the whether intentionally or not, they made the first GPU to only support non-proprietary GPU, as in not something like Apple's Metal GPUs or whatever they're called, that only supports 64-bit programs.
Oh, sheesh.
Which, given that a vast majority of PC games like pre-2010s are 32-bit, that's pretty bad.
That's crazy.
And also, their exorbitant prices for on-par performance with the 40 series, if not worse in some cases, due to manufacturing issues with, like, them having, like, sectors that are on the card but aren't actually functional. So yeah, the 50 series has been a disaster.
Yeah. I still have I have a 4070 I think in my desktop that's at the iBuyPower right now.
Yeah, check on that spare one, and if it is like a 4070, I'll take that off your hands. We can negotiate, like, you know, all the specifics of that.
Yeah, I'll double check it, but I haven't checked on it in a little while, so I don't remember exactly what.
Yeah, I don't expect you to remember off the top of your head.
Yeah, that thing's just been sitting on the couch upstairs, just gathering dust for like a year.
Please specify.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've got an old laptop that I have to like pull out any and all like the old hard drive. I gotta pull it off of there because I did transfer like any particular files to a USB drive,
Please
and
select a mission.
you know, transfer them over to the current computer. The problem is I haven't been able to destroy the old hard drive yet, so I want to try and if I have, I don't even know if I have done that yet. If I haven't, I need to do it before I get rid of the thing. Just in case there was any particular old data on there that I didn't happen to grab that may have been important.
Right.
My little problem for a while was the desktop that I'm talking about
Accept
was my first ever really expensive desktop. I bought it when I first started wanting to be a content creator, and then I just never got a chance to really build that passion until recently, and then now my other computer's busted. Great timing, right? So when I bought it, it was great, it worked, and then all of a sudden one day the BIOS, I guess, was corrupted or something, because every time I tried to run my computer, it kept on going to like the BIOS like section, where it
Right.
was like, hey, you need to find Windows. So I assumed that my hard drive was fried for whatever reason. I don't know how, but
Please select mission.
so I had to stop using it. I was just like fed up with it at that point. So I bought this one, and I've been spending I'm doing like a payment plan. I'm almost done, thank God. But as soon as this payment plan is done, I have to buy a new laptop.
Ooh.
Then what else sucks is I can't get a hold of my Discord login info because it's hidden behind a authenticator who's hidden behind a old email address, what's hidden behind my old phone number, which is hidden behind a lot of stuff.
So it's
geez.
layers of obfuscation that are keeping you from getting it.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
This, my friend, is what we call a cock-up cascade.
Yes. So I may have to like add y'all on my alt Discord I have, just in case if the scenario comes where I can't get in touch with you know.
Okay.
That's understandable.
The alt is literally just my same name. It just I think it just says alt.
broke it.
Okay. You add us because, you know, to make sure that we're adding the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll add y'all in a little bit on my alt. It's on my phone.
No worries. Take your time, dude.
Yeah, right now I've been playing video games while watching y'all and watching
I've
this.
finally been speaking of playing video games, I've finally been I've had this game since 2023, and I've just now started getting around to like seriously getting into it. Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't until last year that I finally like sat down and got into and beat Breath of the Wild, despite having it since launch.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild was fun. Tears of the Kingdom.
I've been Tears of the Kingdom. There's some mechanics in there that I'm kind of iffy on, but then again, it took a while for Breath of the Wild to grow on me. So I'm sure it's just like some growing pains.
Well, what mechanics are iffy for you? I'm just curious. Your thoughts.
The like weapons by default not being all that useful unless you fuse them with stuff,
Mhm.
and the whole like building mechanisms thing. Like I've never been much of a builder when it comes to like constructing things in video games without like a guide. And I'm trying to play this game with as few guides as possible. Because I feel like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are all about exploration and finding secrets all on your own. So I feel like it's, you know, against the spirit of the game to try and play it with a guide. Unless you're like really stuck on something.
Oh, you're trying to speedrun.
Yeah, but I ain't speedrunning something like that. There's way too many variables in it.
No, yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. I'm not a fan of the gloom, like the weapons not being like more stable. You know what I mean? Like the only way you can get decent weapons is like going like in that gloom-filled area.
Yeah, going in the depths. Yeah, the
Yeah.
depths are where like all the good weapons are.
I don't like having like you can find them in the depths, then finally like the weapons will stop being like corrupted and shit, and then you'll be like, okay, there's an actual weapon.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a mess of its own. So I wasn't really a big fan of that because it basically put it behind tough content to get better weapons.
Yeah, that's sort of a thing, like another thing that, you know, I'm having a bit of growing pains with Tears of the Kingdom is like the fact that there's basically 3 maps to explore now. Is like Hyrule's already big enough. I don't need 3 Hyrules.
It's not my Hyrule. That's what I would be saying.
I'm not even like complaining about it being different. It's like I feel like yeah, it's not as bad as the Ubisoft problem of it being big for the sake of being big. But it's like you know, I feel a bit overwhelmed when I'm exploring.
I can see that.
Let me ask you this, Ari. Since you're not one for like you know, construction games or whatever, I'm just kind of curious. I'm just kind of curious if you ever intend to pick up or at least log into Minecraft. And
I mean, I picked up Minecraft as part of my therapy.
Yeah.
So I do have it.
I'm mainly just saying logging into the invite that Pony has.
That's mostly just I need to install Minecraft again, and I procrastinate like a bitch, and you should know that.
I never knew you had Minecraft. I'm so confused.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not gonna Fulton out that guy in the riot suit because, like, you saw how all of his stats were super high.
Yeah.
That means that, like, right now, with my current scanner, I'm not able to read, like, all of the, like, hidden abilities that soldiers can have. But when you see a soldier with, like, super high stats like that, especially this early in the game, it means he has the boaster skill, which means he can, like, put up fake stats to make himself look more impressive.
It's kind of funny that you play Minecraft because I never expected that.
I played it a little bit. I haven't really gotten into it. Like, it's not about like, oh, I don't like Minecraft, it sucks. It's like, it's more like, I'm the kind of guy who like plays games for like a story or progression or like, you know, a dedicated goal to work towards. And
Yeah, of course.
I have trouble like immersing myself in stuff where it's like, okay, it's just like an open sandbox for you to do what you want in. Because I'm not good at like making up my own fun when it comes to stuff like that.
I get it.
That's fair. I mean, I have Minecraft open. I have Minecraft mainly. The only reason I play it is because my friend Levi and I just have a lot of fun just shit posting around in there and causing all sorts of bullshit stuff with ponies not on. Basically just to kind of mess with them. But we do enjoy what we're doing. Like, apparently, Levi has been telling me that he stumbled across a fortress to get to the end, and actually wound up falling into the end unintentionally, mind you, because the idiot was putting the ender was putting the fucking Eye of Enders in place, and then basically he found it by accident. Pony told him to wait there until he got there. But of course, Levi, trying to be, obedient and everything, made one wrong step and fell in.
By the way, Miles, I'm hearing a lot of feedback on your end. Like, us echoing through
The
your,
laptop, dude. Hold on.
yeah.
You got headphones?
You have arrived at your destination.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally blanked on, what that discovery we made in the intel file was. Let me see. Reports north of the camp. Yeah, but I don't know where he is. Because he left his tracker behind. But his field of movement is still showing the place where the tracker was. Oh, I hear him. Or at least I saw subtitles of him.
Nighty night.
Maybe I should have brought Dee Dee along for this. I could still call him in.
Please select dispatch.
Dee Dee, to me, my pupper.
To me, my hound.
Okay, this guy, 2 A+ skills, he's getting recruited.
Area of operations.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Best girl's not the right one to have for that. There he is.
The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at
Good job, Dee Dee. I know you didn't do anything, but still, good boy.
Like, honestly, if I were... Is it wrong that if I were the one playing this game, I'd be going in guns blazing, like, shoot first, ask questions later?
You die very quickly in this game, so yes. Like, even with the battle dress, which is like your heavy armor, you still don't take very many hits to put down.
Ooh.
Gazebo camp, an enemy outpost. It's got good visibility and not many places to hide. Use the landscape wherever possible.
analysis.
Yeah, I should have brought Dee Dee on this mission from the start. I could have saved myself some,
Enemy presence
unneeded money spent on calling him in.
Ah.
And also, just save some time. Because Dee Dee also marks
Yeah.
where prisoners are if he detects them. And since we're looking for prisoners, that saves a lot of trouble. It's mostly that I got this mission confused with a later one. That's, like, not long after this.
Sure. Whereas I'm certain you weren't just, thinking, I gotta have best girl with me on this mission, even
No,
though...
it's genuinely not even that. It's, like, my thought process for bringing Quiet along was I want to max out her bond as quickly as possible, so I can get access to her silenced trank rifle. Because, like, the whole point of leveling up your bonds with different teammates is, like, the higher your bond is, the more stuff you can develop for them. And for Quiet, she has 3 sniper rifles, and 2 of them get silenced upgrades. The third one doesn't, because it's an anti-tank rifle, and there's not much point in silencing that.
Yeah. Bitches love cannons.
Arrived at your destination.
Yep, I should know, I'm bitches.
Analysis complete.
Alright. Looks like we're doing this the hard way. When are we not doing this the hard way? Alright. I at least need to extract that prisoner before the backup squad arrives. If I can manage that, then I can just, like, exfiltrate real easily without having to worry. Okay, no. This is gonna be harder. I have to get him out by chopper.
Oh.
I have to get him out by chopper, and I can't let him get shot.
Analysis complete.
Okay, that guy with the
Can't wait till
shotgun's
Friday.
gotta go down. Sorry. Sort of, like,
No worries.
telling myself what I need to do to unfuck myself in this situation.
No worries, dude. It was just like, it just kind of like, I was trying to break the awkward silence, so.
Yeah. I probably should have taken out
But
their
yeah.
comms equipment as well. But too late for that.
Oops, you broke it.
Yes. This is our cock-up cascade of the night, hopefully.
Don't jinx it.
You know what?
Please select a landing zone. Support helicopter requested.
I'm gonna call in the chopper. Just pick me up here. Get us out of here.
Get us out of this mess.
Oh shit, I think they're using mortars. Curse me and my need to play Metal Gear non-lethally.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
Like, yeah, I cannot wait for Friday to hit because I'm gonna be getting in a little bit of cash on Friday, and I'll probably pick up another one of the primes from my collection.
Nice.
At least one that's at least one of the ones that's already out.
The map has been updated.
Like, I had to cancel my pre-order for Sentinel because it was just like I didn't have the funds at the time to cover him, so I had to cancel him.
Yeah, I had to do the same with that secondhand Bumblebee Megatron that I had on eBay.
Yeah.
Well, it was more so I need the funds for other stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Mouse, welcome back.
I got a headset.
Good.
Excellent. Yeah, like I'm debating if I want to go for Prima or Studio Series Sentinel from Transformers 1. I'm probably going to go with Prima just because I want to try and get all members of the 13 that are out of the market right now, and I can get Sentinel next time.
Yeah.
And I really want to have Chuck paint any and all gunmetal parts on the figure gold because, I just feel like that works better for a Prime of Light than, they light and gunmetal.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Enemy presence.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Is being updated.
Roger, roger.
What did I miss?
You missed me finding the second prisoner and then dying because I triggered an alert and too many people swarmed me and I didn't have... I was woefully underprepared. Also, I swapped out Quiet for the best boy.
The best boy, oh my gosh.
The goodest boy. Dee Dee.
The goodest boy. The only reason I ever got the game was for the goodest boy originally.
I mean, it's not every day that you can bring a dog onto the battlefield and not have it get killed under any circumstances.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that they were smart. They were forward thinking enough to know that the dog should not be allowed to be killed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Instead, instead of killing Dee Dee when he runs out of health, they automatically Fulton him out of there and return him to HQ before he can die.
Whatever's about to happen, you need to get
Good.
Like, granted, that's what they do for all of your, organic buddies, but, I'm especially happy that they did it for Dee Dee. Like, they do it for Quiet, too, in the rare event that someone actually manages to hit her.
They pull a Pokemon, they just bring it back to where it is so it doesn't...
Yeah, they're like, Dee Dee, return!
Clouds approaching.
Actually, Pokemon came out, and there's a lot of jokes. A lot of people have been making fake jokes about Nintendo coming after Nuzlockers. Because Pokemon are meant to, be fainted, not killed.
Yeah.
So people are trying to make these fake jokes right now about Nintendo, saying Nintendo's gonna sue Nuzlockers because of
Well, you joke about that, but one of the Hololive girls, Pekara, got in trouble for buying a secondhand copy of Pokemon Emerald that was hacked to get some event exclusive legendaries. And the Japanese fandom is very much like, oh, you shouldn't be playing hacked games under any circumstance, even if it's to get stuff that's no longer legally available. And Nintendo stepped in and was like, we are going to ask Hololive to remove the video of her playing the hacked Pokemon Emerald and encourage them to make sure that the games they buy secondhand that don't mention if they're hacked or not are not hacked.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nintendo's genuinely stepping in and being like, how dare you play a game that someone else hacked and sold to you without mentioning that it was hacked, and not even in a way that breaks the game or is meant for cheating, but just for those stupid event legendaries that you had to go to in-person events for back in the day.
Oh, jeez.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ow.
And now,
Always had a
as revenge for killing me earlier, light them up!
Good work.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
And plan the photo! Boys!
Mission complete, boss. Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next time, huh?
See, and I did it all by myself with Dee Dee's help, so not all by myself.
You know, Dee Dee's the one that did it. You're there for background.
Yeah, I'm just back up.
Yeah, Dee Dee's the real hero.
Yeah, Dee Dee's the real hero of this game.
Needs to be the name needs to be changed to Metal Gear DD.
Boss, one of the job offers we received concerns me.
Mission list
There's a
updated.
PF commander who's been talking big about getting into the nuclear arms trade. This
Scusi.
is connected to that yellow cake. And there's another contract I'd like you to handle. It's a wet job, but we need to divert Cypher's attention. Check the mission list for the details.
We should be able to develop some good stuff now, and also I need to pick up all these rewards from completed outer ops. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to develop some good stuff now. Now that we've got almost 1 million GMP. For one, we can expand the base.
Ooh, nice. I'm always for expansion.
DD better get his own freaking whole like freaking base for himself at this point.
Platform construction.
And with the money that's left, let's see what we can do.
Fire project.
We got a lot of parts for D-Walker. We've got an outfit for Quiet. I don't really like any of the alternate outfits for Quiet.
Project.
Nothing beats original.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, oh, it's her regular outfit, but she's covered in blood. Or it's her regular outfit, but she's got a metallic silver texture instead of skin.
That's weird.
Yeah. Like, the only alternate outfit for her that I actually like is one that I'm not going to bother unlocking because it involves playing the, like, extreme difficulty boss battle with her that I've never been able to win because she kills you in one hit. Which is just giving her Sniper Wolf's outfit.
That's funny.
Development project has been added. Development project has been added.
Yeah, Ari, I told you you started kickboxing, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I'm actually having fun with it.
I'm glad.
It's a good way to get stress out of your system, and if you do better with, like, you know, taking it out on, like, punching bags and everything like that, it's actually really good to keep yourself going. I can't take my stress out on my boss because...
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could, but you get in trouble.
My boss is so new that I'm basically the manager, even though she's supposed to be the manager.
Yeah, watch. Like, I go to, like, if I were to go to your bank, I'd be like, yeah, I want to speak to the manager. And, like, she comes out as, like, I said I wanted to speak to the manager.
I am the manager.
You're like,
not.
The real manager.
Not from what I heard. Yes, the real manager.
Like at my bank, like any banks, like they have like dual control processes where you have to like do everything in groups of 2, like opening, closing, getting stuff out of the
Yeah.
vault, and that type of thing. And hold on. She was basically she just had gotten like her clearance to be able to do things like the day before. And so like I was expecting her to, go in, do opening procedure because she was there first and do what was needed to be done. Well, I showed up and she was the second one there and she just parked next to the person who was waiting on the another person and just sat there and I'm like, are you shitting me? Like you should go in and start doing opening. And then like she just nonstop asks me questions and I love helping people, don't get me wrong.
But she should know this by now.
But she should have an understanding of like what we do because
Guys, we got Fight Club going on.
Fight Club. Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. Why are we talking about Fight Club?
Nothing better than watching the strength of one over another. Ah, shit.
Uh-oh.
Draw weapons on comrades. Look around you. This is your family.
Oh, shoot.
And you just stabbed your boss.
You don't do that. That's not how you settle disagreements with your boss.
Oh, hi, Ocelot.
Of course.
I hadn't noticed.
No. They just need a mission. Orders to follow. You see someone stuck in the waiting room, you give them a job to do. You two. You just earned yourself a week in the brig. Deck cleaning duty by... No, wait. You've got some blood to pay me back for first. Your CQC is sloppy. Come see me later for a lesson you won't forget.
Watch, this was all just a long con to get choked out by Big Boss. Like, all of this just so they could get, so they could get manhandled by Big Boss.
Morale taken care of.
Given that, like, when you choke out and interrogate your own soldiers, they'll usually say, harder.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Wouldn't surprise me.
See? I wasn't lying.
No, you were not.
Right now, I wanted to go to the med platform, so let's go there. I got something. I got a photo to give to Paz.
Please select a delivery point.
Oh, what licensed song that's going to get me put in copyright jail is quiet listening to? Dancing with Tears in My Eyes by Ultravox. Hi, Quiet. You gonna pay attention to me, or are we not at that level of bond yet? I don't think we are. right, let's go see Paz.
We're here for you.
Oh, Snake! What is it, Snake? Who took this? Strangelove? Maybe when she rubbed that sunscreen on me. Oh, I'm trying not to remember it. But you know, despite her quirks, Dr. Strangelove is a good person. I wish you'd come and say hello.
Yeah, that was a whole, like, audio tape that we didn't listen to, and, like, all these photos are references to events and, briefing tapes that we didn't listen to in the Peace Walker playthrough. Like, that one in particular was, like, Strangelove, when she's brought on board, she's like, oh, Paz, I see you're, out sunbathing. May I rub some lotion on you?
Ah, boy.
And Strangelove being Strangelove, you know, she does her thing. And given that she's under the impression that Paz is a 16-year-old girl, you know, I don't think Hideo Kojima thought through the implications of that. Like, yeah, she's actually in her 20s at that time. She wasn't actually 16, but everyone thought she was 16.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, that makes awkward conversation topics. I love how they're just using that music in the background. It just brings back memories.
Do you like the color of my base? I made it hot pink.
What made that choice happen?
I also made my guns pink, and I made my choppers salmon colored because they didn't have hot pink.
Perfect. Salmon color is perfect.
You know, perfect for blending into the sky and the jungles and the desert. You know, where salmon live. You mean the Love Hotel in the middle of the ocean? Yeah, exactly. Mother Base.
Hey, Timo.
Hey, Timo.
Wait, how does that stop the bears from chasing after you? Like, they think you're salmon.
See, that's the thing. It's to lure out the bears so I can take them out of the battlefield. And earn money and heroism for that.
I thought you were going to say something else, and I was like, what? And then I realized what you said. I was like, oh.
I mean, there is a mission we did earlier where we had to capture a brown bear. A legendary brown bear.
That's why you use salmon color.
We had to knock it out and then extract it via balloon.
What did you do with the brown bear?
Oh, it's on the animal conservation platform.
It just I thought it was going to be like something like you turn it into some sort of like, I don't know.
Nah, that's what we do with the legendary bird that we get later. I'm not even joking.
Legendary everything.
It's a legendary bird that you're tasked with capturing, and when you capture it, you get the option to build a new bionic arm that's based on another Hideo Kojima series, Zone of the Enders.
So you catch Ho-Oh. If you're catching a legendary bird, you're getting a Ho-Oh.
Not that legendary bird, it's an ibis, not a phoenix. And its name is Jehuti, after, well, technically, Jehuti from Zone of the Enders was named after, like, an Egyptian deity, I believe, given that the other main mecha of Zone of the Enders is named Anubis. But, yeah. Ocelot still has that open invite for CQC. I mean, you missed earlier when the staff were fighting and Big Boss invited them to get choked out by him, and I was like, oh, this was their long con the whole time. Organizing the fight to get, and like brandishing knives on each other just as a way to get a personal invite to get, held tightly and choked out by Big Boss. Hell yeah.
That's everyone's dream right there.
And he wasn't even mad at them for, trying to kill each other. He was mad at them for their CQC not being good. Alright, for this side op, we've got to rescue a critical intel agent who's held in the same place that we rescued Miller at the beginning of the game.
I think they would change their location if they're holding people hostage.
Well, it's an enemy base in the middle of Afghanistan in a active war zone. So weirdest union I've ever seen.
They get paid in getting choked out. They don't even get paid in cash.
Yeah, that's the proper way to pay someone in a non-monetary compensation, is give them a good choke.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's the.
I would say I know that from experience, but I don't kiss and tell. Mostly because I haven't kissed in like 10 years.
Oh, I know that feeling, bro.
Caution.
That's the downside of most of my relationships being long distance.
Yeah.
Yep, I know that feeling.
Now, did I need to use the snipper rifle, in order to manage that shot? No. But that makes it more fun. Prisoner's right there. We got a guard in here. Let's see if I can... Haha! Oh, and I think there's a sandstorm coming.
Oh, shit.
So, well, I wasn't going to be able to Fulton him out anyway. We gotta give him back the glasses.
What took you so long? We'll talk, but not here.
I just choke out my whole team.
It's Hideo Kojima. Now, you may be wondering, didn't we already do this in a much more, like, bombastic fashion in Ground Zeroes? The answer is yes. This is here in case you didn't do that in Ground Zeroes. It does not mean that you get 2 Hideo Kojimas on your staff, sadly. Because the world already has trouble processing 1 Hideo Kojima.
I can just imagine, like, Snake being like, sorry I'm late, I was choking out my whole team.
Sorry, I was about to do, like, the David Hayter voice, but I'm like, no, he's not voiced by David Hayter in this game. He's voiced by, I've already forgotten his name. The dude that played Jack Bauer on 24.
That sure clears it up.
I mean, it's his most famous role. This is gonna bug me if I can't remember his name. Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland. He's played by Kiefer Sutherland in this game instead of David Hayter. And I have had this long-standing belief that there is a way that they could have had both Kiefer Sutherland and David Hayter in this game, but I'll get to that when we get to the very end of the game. Don't let me forget that.
Okay.
Makes a mental note. Immediately forgets the mental note.
See, the thing about mental notes is that you have to remember to look at the mental notes to remember what was in the mental note.
Do I know?
That's the problem, though. I put it on the fridge. And then that fridge, ended up getting locked behind another fucking vault again.
What, did you put it on the fridge to be like, look what I made? I want the whole family to see.
How do you know what I do?
What do you do?
Put things on the fridge.
Analysis complete. Analysis.
I put things in the fridge, like food.
I'll have you know I have Barry's baby picture on the fridge.
Meanwhile, like, I do have, like, some notes and stuff on the fridge. I have some pictures of Olive on the fridge. But as far as, like, baby stuff goes, from when my sister was a kid, I have, like, a letter that she wrote to me when I was, in a very rough place, mentally.
Aww.
And I have that framed in my room.
Wait, how is your sister?
Oh, she's doing good. Yeah, she wants to go to Duke, because she's looking at colleges already.
Jeez.
She wants to go to either Duke or the North Carolina School of the Performing Arts. Or UNC Greensboro, which I hope she goes to UNC Greensboro, because that is near me.
Oh, I actually go there online at UNCG.
She's going to be at UNCG for governor's school this summer.
Oh.
But she's only allowed to leave the campus at, like, specific hours as part of that, so they don't have people just, like, wandering off and doing their own shit instead of, doing what they're there for. So it's not like we'll be able to hang out. One word to your sister, focus on the core stuff first. That's, she's already got a good grasp on that, given that, when she was in, the most recent play she was in, Mary Poppins, she, specifically chose not to, audition for a big part so she could focus on her, her schoolwork instead of, trying to balance schoolwork and all of her extracurriculars, including, like, cheerleading, social life stuff, and a, play with a big part in it, even though she probably could have done a big part. But she was like, nah, I just want to be ensemble for this, because, I want to make sure that I can balance everything properly. She took AP courses. I think, I don't know whether she's taken AP courses or not. I don't get to talk to her all that much just because of, how busy she is. Like, that's not even like oh, she's busy with school thing. Like, her parents, my dad and my stepmom, have always been like, idle hands are the devil's playthings. We can't just sit around and do nothing. We always have to be up and doing stuff. Ever since I was a little kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's why I missed out on so many, like, Saturday morning cartoons and, like, 4Kids anime that, people in my generation are fond of, because usually I was at my dad's those weekends, and he would be like, okay, it's Saturday morning, time to go do a whole bunch of shit, because we can't just have a fun Saturday. That's a recipe for burnout? Yes, it is.
Like, you know,
But hey, she can drive now, so she is more free than she was previously.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
want to, like, one thing I want to do is, like, if I ever get the opportunity to meet your sister with you there, obviously, Ari, like, there's a joke I want to do that I feel like I don't know how she would take it.
I mean,
would,
it depends on the joke.
I mean, it's like basically how it's like, you know, you told me how it's like she looks up to you, and I'm thinking like, you know, I mean, then again, she looks up to everybody.
I mean, she'd probably laugh at that. Like, she's got a good sense of humor.
That's good.
She's not like, you know, sensitive about being short.
Good. So I don't want to make her feel bad. I just want to, you know, like get her to, you know, like basically I want to see if I can rile her up enough just so that way she can like, you know, sucker punch me or whatever, just for, you know, like you laugh, but like you know, like kind of, you know, like still like you're an asshole for that.
Yeah.
You just say you wanted to get sucker punched.
Because here's the thing, I expect that to happen because of my dumb jokes. It has happened to me in the past. I basically come to expect it now. That's the problem.
It is the problem, dude.
Yeah, because my dumb jokes are bad enough that people actually, you know, jab at me for that. I'm like, you know, hey, dumb jokes are dumb jokes. I admit this.
That's true.
So that's the problem. Is like I just come to expect, you know, people getting physical with me just for making a really dumb joke. Hell,
Yeah,
I will settle for a death stare.
All right, so fights keep breaking out amongst my staff, and I'm like, why do fights keep breaking out amongst my staff? Do I need to fire some bitches?
And the answer is...
Let's see, I'm checking their abilities, and it'll tell you if they're prone to violence. It doesn't say which staff the fighting is broken out amongst. So I have to check all of my staff. Troublemaker? Okay. Any troublemakers, especially unsanitary. Fuck you. Any troublemakers are getting the boot.
Das boot.
And they get ousted.
No, first they get the boot, then they get ousted. They get boot up the ass.
Boot up the ass.
A boot up the ass.
Boot up the ass.
Gosh, up the ass.
Okay. Looks like there's only been one troublemaker so far. They might be in the waiting room. Which, I've probably got a lot of people in the waiting room.
Probably.
Oh, there's a troublemaker violence. That's the guy who's causing fights, I think.
Your tank or your nose?
And let's go through the waiting room. See if there's any troublemakers in here.
All of them are.
Is that just your,
There's a troublemaker for harassment who gives people PTSD. He's definitely getting the boot.
Wait, what, JKR?
I was just gonna say, is that just your way, kill them all, basically boot them all and let God sort them out?
No. You see, I kicked them off Mother Base. Mother Base is in the middle of the Seychelles.
Oh, shit.
Which is, in the water. I didn't say I'm giving them a boat to get out of here with. Or, a ride home. They gotta swim out.
You gotta swim.
I'd basically be I would do I would probably be the same way, except I would be I'd phrase it as let me ask you this. How well can you swim? And then they tell me it's oh yeah, I'm this good at this. I'm really good at swimming. I've done this amount of laps. And I'm good. Start swimming.
That's fun.
Listen, if Travis Touchdown can swim all the way from Japan to America, the middle of the ocean in Japan to America, then these guys who are trained soldiers, they can do it just fine.
Staff dismissed.
I have half a mind to actually subject them to Quintesson Court. Just be just throw some chum in the water, attract a nice pack of sharks, and, then be basically pull the hole. It's has the Imperial Magistrate reached a verdict? And it's I have. Guilty or innocent?
Innocent.
Feed him to the shark decons. And then just kick him, kick the fucker off the side of the thing.
It's like the Meet the Spartans movie or whatever, they just kick him into the giant hole.
Meet the Spartans was parodying the actual scene in 300, but sure.
You know what I mean? I don't have memories.
I have seen Meet the Spartans, but I haven't seen 300.
I saw 300 multiple times, actually. I've never seen Meet the Spartans, though.
You shouldn't. It's horrible.
It's funny because it's so bad.
No, it's not even so bad. It's good. It's a Seltzerberg movie, so going in that, it's not actually going to be parodying anything. It's just going to be making pop culture references in place of jokes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens with all those movies, let's be real.
Not all of them. It didn't start out that way. Fun fact, the whole, for Seltzer and Friedberg, their first big movie was, it was called Date Movie, and they advertised it as from 2 of the 6 writers of Scary Movie 1. And you want to know why they were credited as 2 of the 6 writers? They didn't actually write anything for Scary Movie 1. They were credited as 2 of the 6 writers because they had they had a script floating around that was basically the exact same concept as Scary Movie 1, and the studio bought that script just so they could bury it, and then gave them writing credit even though they contributed fuck all to the movie. So they were able to use that bullshit technicality to get themselves to negotiate their way into getting their own writing and directing careers that they then squandered immensely. To the point where the last movie they made, The Starving Games, didn't even make it to theaters. It was straight to video on demand. And it's free on YouTube. They tried to make a Star Wars parody, and it never actually made it out because no one wants to finance their shitty movies anymore.
Good. Heading to Central Africa.
Also, Timo, there's a worse Twilight parody than the one that Seltzerberg made. The one you're thinking of is Vampires Suck. I
mean, technically they do.
The worst one is called Breaking Wind.
Oh, jeez.
I think I just heard a knock. Let me see.
Sounds like a bad version of Breaking Bad.
I'm back. There was no knock at the door. I was just hearing something, I guess. But it's the title is a parody of, you know, the Twilight movie Breaking Dawn. Except this one, like, all the humor is like scatological humor and mean-spirited jokes towards the Twilight fandom, where it doesn't feel like, you know, a parody so much as it is people making an entire movie just to talk about how much they hate people who like Twilight.
I mean, Twilight's not even that great of a series from what I've gathered, film or book-wise. But I'm not going to go out of my way to trash on people who like it. It's like, look, you like it, that's your business, not mine.
I mean, it's like I always say, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Very true.
There's 6 targets. Our contract is to kill them all. And the client is the general.
Ooh.
He wants them dead to keep them from talking. Check a VI on your iDroid for more information.
Rogue Coyote.
Oh, there's gonna be a helicopter on this mission. I should have brought a rocket launcher.
Oof.
I can always call one in. I've got the GMP for it. Now, the question is, technically he wants all of them dead. Doesn't mean that we have to actually provide corpses of them. We could always just, you know, recruit them. Knock them out and recruit them. Are we going to go lethal, or are we going to go pacifist on this?
I say lethal, but that's just me.
Depends. You know what? I'll scout them out and see what their skills are.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Take what you need, fuck the rest.
Yeah, if they're the best possible thing you need, take them. If you don't murder them, okay, you just kill them.
Yeah, I don't need excess baggage, you know?
Analysis complete.
Too many mouths to feed, bro.
I'm just, you know what, speaking of mouths to feed, I'm glad they got rid of the mess hall mechanic from Peace Walker. There's so much stuff to micromanage in this game already. If we had to worry about how much food everyone had, that would just be one step too many.
Analysis complete.
Yeah.
What I was trying to do was knock him out while he was climbing the ladder so he would fall off. And it would be funny. But I missed my shot.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Alright, let's interrogate this guy to find out where the target is.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
The target is not Billy Mays, thankfully.
I mean, I heard that. I was like, oh shoot, Billy Mays.
The map has been updated.
I was about to be like,
My whole thing was like, it's like he kicks us, like, you know, basically Stick kicks us, like, hi, Billy Mays here.
Clouds approaching.
Oh, that was a tank that was driving by. I wonder if I can extract that tank.
Extract it.
We could use more tanks.
Yeah.
Let DD drive it.
I mean, you joke about animals driving tanks. And I'm like, do I have the movie for you, my friend? That I have not watched myself, but I've seen clips from it. And I'm like, this could be like a good, like, you know, community night in the server. It's a movie called Order of the Black Eagle.
Complete.
Ooh.
It's basically like a direct-to-video American James Bond ripoff. Except instead of James Bond, you know, British super spy, it's Duncan Jacks, American ninja and super spy.
Leave the rest to us.
And his partner, who is a baboon.
Oh, jeez.
And that's where the whole animals driving tanks things comes from. Because in Order of the Black Eagle, the baboon gets to drive his own baboon-sized tank.
God damn it. So what is this, what's this baboon's name again?
I can't remember.
Watch, I'm just gonna call him Baboom.
You just call it Butt Boon.
No.
Now don't be mean to the baboon. He didn't deserve that mean nickname. Also, there's a scene where like a extra gets his head run over for real. And it makes it was an accident, but it made it into the movie.
The baboon.
Thankfully, he didn't die, but he did have to be rushed to the hospital.
Oof.
Because, you know, as it turns out, getting your head run over by an ATV is not exactly good for your head.
Oh, no, definitely not.
I wouldn't think so, no. But yes, I didn't say, but boom. I said, ba-boom, as in changing one letter in the word, heard baboon, from an N to an M. So, ba-boom
is funny.
Well, that's not what I said.
Yeah, he wasn't saying that's what you said. He's saying you could call him Butt Boom.
Oh. I see. I misheard you entirely, Miles.
See, you're...
What do you think I said?
No. He thought that you were saying, you know... He thought that you were thinking that he said Butt Boon, but you were just saying, like, no, you could call him Butt Boon. I'm just clearing up the air between you two.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I literally misheard you, Miles. I thought you were saying that's what... I thought you were asking me, is that what I was calling him? I was like, no, that's not what I called him.
No, I know, but imagine if it was called a butt boon with those freaking baboon butts.
I'll put that image in my head.
I don't know why you're thinking of baboon butts.
Imagine it.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock you if you're into
No, it's just funny.
I'm not gonna knock you if, like, your specific, like, furry niche is baboons with big booties, but,
yeah. Hey, go off, I guess.
Definitely not.
I mean,
Definitely
we don't kink shame here, unless your kink is humiliation, in which case you should be ashamed, you filthy boy.
Gosh. I was thinking about the Lion King and Rafiki, and that just kind of came in my brain.
Rafiki's not even a baboon; he's a mandrill.
I know, but my thought process was making me think of it.
Like, the only reason I thought of Baboom was because of a, fuck.
Because of a fuck?
Because of a fuck.
I just blinked and I saw somebody go up like a fucking balloon.
Yes, because that was a balloon. It was a decoy.
Oh, okay. It looked realistic for a split second.
You can get your own decoys that are shaped like Big Boss and throw them out, and they're inflatable.
Nice.
But I don't do that because it's a waste of resources.
This guy is a guy who likes to shit post.
I mean, in terms of, like, in-game resources, like micromanaging, like, the resources needed for development, yes, it is a waste of resources. Now, in terms of, like, if I could do something funny with it, yeah, I would do that. Speaking of doing something funny, you want to see something absolutely pointless you can do with the cardboard boxes?
Oh no. Please don't tell me we're gonna play a game of Funny Sticks with a cardboard box.
You can put posters on the cardboard box.
Oh, jeez.
You know, so you're even better at blending in.
Are we moa enough for you?
Baboony enough for the Baboon Club.
Fun fact, did you know that the Turtle Club scene was filmed on 9/11?
What?
It's true. The Turtle Club scene from Master of Disguise was filmed on September 11th, 2001.
Jeez.
But yeah, like...
So now think about it. I know this is a joke that could get me canceled, but still, I'm going with it. Think about it. Dana Carvey, he's in full turtle gear, and then he hears the news. Just picture that for a second.
Boo! You stink!
See, that joke's okay because it's not making a joke about the event itself. It's making a joke about, like, the ridiculousness of such a stupid scene in a bad movie being filmed on such an infamous day in history.
Yeah. But yes, the reason why I was going to call the baboon Baboom was because I was just recently handling my Beast Wars Baboom figure that I have on my shelf. Just mainly just trying to make sure I had him transform correctly. Because I saw a review of him recently. I was thinking like, oh yeah, do I even have this in the right orientation? So that's what came to mind.
Supplies requested.
Who, you know, if you don't know, Beast Wars Baboom transforms from a robot to a baboon. Or a mandrill. Depending on who you ask.
I mean, based on the name, I would assume it's a baboon.
Well, the thing is, apparently in Japan, he was more of a mandrill there, but that's just what I've heard anyway.
You know one that I genuinely want to get my hands on, partly for shitposty reasons and partly because it just looks like a cool figure. I can't remember the name of it, but the one that turns into a tanuki.
Oh, Heinrad.
Heinrad, yeah. I knew it was like... I knew it was something along the lines of that. Something that doesn't sound like a Japanese character name. But, like Heinrad, yeah. I want that figure partly for shitposty reasons and partly because it's genuinely a cool figure from, what I've seen of Thew's awesome Transformers reviews episode on it.
Fun fact, actually, I have actually held that thing in hand on multitude of occasions. Because I know a guy who owns it.
And if you're wondering what could be shitposty about, like, JKR knows this, but just for the general audience and, Miles, if you're wondering what could possibly be shitposty about a, Transformer, like owning a specific Transformer from the Beast Wars era, when I say it turns into a Tanuki, it comes complete with the gigantic testicles that Tanukis are shown to have in, like, Japanese Tanuki statues. Yeah. And it's a functioning alarm clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the weirdest fucking things to come out of Japanese Beast Wars, and I must have, like, even if it's a KO of it, I want it.
Speaking of Japanese Beast Wars, Ari, could I interest you in a Beast Wars 2nd Galvatron?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Because I have two, and I'm starting to downsize my Beast collection just for the fact is that the Beast Wars 2nd cast, I just basically realized, like, a lot of these characters were repurposed in the American continuity as being heralds of Unicron. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Just put them over on that shelf and disband the Beast Wars 2nd shelf and just go with, like, the American series. And just kind of, you know, try and... Any Japanese characters, put them on the Maximal shelf for Unicron Swarm.
Okay. But yeah, I will gladly take
you
a Beast Wars second Galvatron off of you, given that there's no fucking way I'm ever gonna be able to get my hands on one for a decent price.
Yeah, no, I will definitely, like, I can hold him because I need to get the money and everything, but I will hold him, for you, and I will discuss with you, like, a decent price for him, and, you know, like, until you're able to pay, I will hold on to him until you're
Hell,
able
maybe
to
I could,
afford him.
maybe we could do, like, a payment plan.
Hey, if
you know,
that works,
paying
I'm fine with that.
installments instead of,
You're one of the
big...
few people...
Given that I have, like,
you're one of...
a $200 a month, budget.
Yeah, I get you. Like, I probably wouldn't sell them for more than I'm thinking between 75 and 100. Like, that's
yeah,
really all
I could do that. If it's something like that, then yeah, I could pay that all in one sum.
Yeah, because like this is for you. I would be willing to go under the market value for you because you're my friend, and I know you can't afford anything over that.
Yeah.
And like I have two, and the reason why I have two is because I have one up on my Unicron shelf because in Beast Wars Neo, Unicron actually apparently. It's confusing about how this happened, like whether or not it was actually him possessing Galvatron and using him as a vessel, or if he just happened his living energy form in the finale of Beast Wars Neo just happened to look like Beast Wars Galvatron, except with the Unicron horns coming out of the sides of his head. But I'm like, I have him up on that shelf, and I'm like, I don't really need the second one. So I'd rather give it to somebody I know who's going to appreciate it. And, you know, for the fact of for one of those modes, you could easily work that into shitposting.
Yep, I'm aware. It's Beast Wars Second Galvatron has a mode that is very phallic in its design. Unintentionally phallic, but still phallic. Which is the best kind of phallic.
Yep. Yup.
Like, yes, the unintentional penis transformer.
Sure,
Yeah,
it's phallic. Why wouldn't it be?
That's funny. Transformers. Oh, man.
Like, I will show you a picture of this, Miles. I'll send it to you directly, or I can even send it to the chat here, but you have to see what I'm referring to, just so that way you have crystal clarity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, if you're not aware of what Beast Wars Second is, it's a Japanese exclusive Beast Wars anime, that, like, there were a couple, Beast Wars anime that were exclusive to Japan. There were also some, like, 80s series that were exclusive to Japan that,
Analysis complete.
like, are their own rabbit hole to go down.
Mm-hmm. The one where people kind of look at Best Left Forgotten. That's one of those.
Well, I mean...
Like, yeah,
it did give us, Japanese G1, for all of its, weirdness, it did give us one of the most unintentionally hilarious English dubs ever.
Analysis complete.
Yeah.
Fortress Maximus has come himself.
Oh, yeah. So, Miles, this is Beast Wars Second Galvatron, in his robot mode, mind you. Now, you're probably wondering, what's so phallic about this guy? Well... Copy...
Yeah, I didn't see anything at that first point. So, let you show me what it is, and I'm gonna laugh about it.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I get what they were trying to go for, but like...
Yeah. Like,
it's like...
the idea worked well on paper, but the execution?
Not so good.
Not so much, no.
Like that.
wasn't
Credit to
thinking
you,
it turned
credit
into
to
a
you,
weird thing.
JKR. I wasn't even thinking of the shape of the shit posting possibilities of Beast Wars Second Galvatron. I was just thinking like, it is a cool robot mode design. It's Beast Wars. It's a Japanese exclusive. It'll be my first Japanese exclusive figure that I own, apart from the movie The Best Soundwave that I have.
Oh yeah.
The map has been
Which is very much not that great of a figure. Also just not that great of a reissue. Because it didn't come with the weapon that that mold of Soundwave is supposed to come with. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, the seller didn't include it. The reissue did not include his weapon, but it included the missile that goes in the weapon.
That's weird.
So, his only, like, what it recommends you do, since it no longer includes the gun that fires the missile, is like having him hold the missile like a club.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Remind me, movie The Best, was that reissue of the Human Alliance?
Yes, it was the
Soundwave figure?
it was Human Alliance Soundwave with a more movie accurate paint scheme.
Because I had that figure too for a period of time, but I sold it because I was just like,
It's also just
sorry
the
to-
proportions on it are very weird. It's a very squat figure.
yeah. Like, honestly, looking back on it, I probably would try and get that figure again for, like, you know, if it were, like, presented to me for, like, a very cheap price, I'd probably get it again just for the fact that how weird it looks. I'd probably use that as part of, like...
Also, the fact that it's one of the
Unicron's,
only Transformers that has an articulated mouth for some reason.
Yeah, that... Well, you know...
It's not even like it's really articulated. It's just his head's got a hinge in the middle of it, so you can open and close his mouth like he's Pac-Man.
Well, to be honest, so does Human Alliance Barricade.
I didn't say he was the only one. I'm
prefer.
saying he's one of the only ones.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he's like one of the two that I know that has that ability.
Yeah. It's a weird thing to include.
Boss? Boss!
Like, as far as our points of articulation goes, it's like, why would you do that? But at the same time, I applaud you for doing something that weird.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, like, I would probably get that figure again, just so that way I would have, like, a, like, because the funny thing is, a lot of the movie figures, they're ugly enough that I could actually say that these are, like, Unicron's, antibodies, basically, where it's like he's basically consumed, planets on top of planets that housed, mechanoid life, and, this is the result of what happens when they've been inside Unicron for so long.
Yeah.
They get corrupted and become, like ugly motherfuckers.
Don't let them fuck your mother. That would be very problematic given that, given the size difference. It would be like that meme of, like, the kind of short girl next to, like, the 7-foot tall muscular dude.
I mean, my whole thing is that the movie designs look alien enough to, like, aside from the ones, like, okay, the Autobots themselves didn't really look all that alien enough. I think they were fine. Like, I think they...
Yeah, it was the Decepticons that were more, like, decidedly alien in their design.
Yeah, a lot of insectoid / monstrous designs, yeah. Like, apparently they had... Like, it's funny how it's like... I look at that and I'm like, no wonder the cons split off from the rest of Cybertron. They were ugly enough as it was. These bots were... Like, I'm thinking, like, if this particular... if, like, this particular subspecies of Cybertronians exist, it's no wonder the two sides never got along. Because I can see with their monsters' appearances, I wouldn't be surprised if the Autobots basically thought it's like, they're nothing but monsters that we use as our defense force that we can just point at at an enemy in case they happen to invade us.
You know what? I got another tag to add to the motherfuckers thing. Tags, ugly bastard.
Oh no. Yes.
You gotta extract him.
Tags, size difference, monster, ugly bastard. Alright, I remember what mission this is now that we're at the mine. And I'm pretty much gonna have to switch to a more lethal playstyle eventually for this mission, because I'm just not going to have enough supplies to trank everyone.
Yeah, the kids long for the mines.
You have no idea what you just set yourself up for. Remember how we're here to take out 6 targets? And we already extracted one of them. The other 5 are in the mine.
It's too dangerous to try and contact the target. Wait for the enemy to stand down.
Alright, I gotta wait for the guards to stand down before I can do this.
I hear Quiet.
Yeah, Quiet's currently using her snipper rifle to engage the enemy forces.
Fire!
So what exactly is that sound she's making? Is that her singing, or
it's her humming? And she does it whenever she's got a target in sight. More like, if you want to know like what song she's humming, it's her theme song, which does have a vocal version sung by her voice actress.
Now, have they, Go ahead, you first.
Chopper spotted me, so I've just got to stay out of sight. I should probably go ahead and unlock this door, by the way.
Yes. But I was going to ask you, did we find out Quiet's origins yet? Or
no, we haven't. That's not until, like, Chapter 2. And we're still... Like, all this stuff we're doing is Chapter 1.
Oh, shit.
You're only Chapter 1 still?
Yeah, Chapter 1 is the first half of the game, and Chapter 2 is the second half of the game. Chapter 3, a lot of people debated if it exists or not, but Chapter 3 is more so a bonus cutscene related to one of the online multiplayer modes.
Gotcha.
That is purposely inaccessible without hacking due to, like, a very convoluted sort of meta commentary on the idea of nuclear deterrence and, like, nuclear disarmament.
The enemy's trying to take you out. Contact the target later.
They'll never look in the mine, which is just standing wide open. That's actually a good thing, because otherwise I'd be cornered.
Another figure I want to get for my collection, like, I'm actually gonna probably sell off the Kingdom version, but the Studio Series 86 Galvatron, just for the paint scheme, I actually like that paint scheme a little bit better, and it would look really nicely on my main display under my bed.
If I were
But,
to,
you know.
speaking of like War for Cybertron trilogy figures that we would swap out for a Studio Series 86 one, I would totally get rid of my Siege Ultra Magnus in favor of the 86 one.
Oh yeah.
I've never liked the Siege Ultra Magnus mold.
Yeah. I mean, I like what they were doing for the Cybertronian design of it. Like, you know, making it look like RID 2001 Magnus. But, you know, I get what you're saying. It's like, it's not that good of a mold.
Yeah, I'm also just not a fan of the Ultra Magnus molds where it's like, oh, it's a white Optimus Prime, and then you put armor on it to make it Ultra Magnus. I've never liked that. Like, yeah, I know that's how the original 86 toy worked, but I don't like most iterations.
Like,
even the cartoon didn't do that.
Right, that's the thing. It's like most iterations didn't do that. Like, television-wise, which is, you know, the main source of media that I know a lot of people consume. Not a lot of people read the comics, but apparently, like in the show and a lot of other TV shows, Magnus, he was always just like the armored robot was like his standard robot mode. The core bot just didn't exist. Like, I would definitely, and the thing is, like, I would go in on the 86 Magnus, if I knew I could afford, one, if I knew I could afford it, and two, if I could afford to have Chuck customize it into Delta Magnus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the time being, I'm fine with the Shattered Glass repaint of Kingdom Magnus for Delta Magnus.
I'm getting a little tired, guys. I may have to head out.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I appreciate you staying as long as you could.
Yeah, anytime. I miss hanging out with y'all, so it'll be more often than I'm around.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, usually I would stay awake longer, but I'm slowly kind of feeling like I'm like.
I get you.
So I'm gonna go sleep.
Yeah.
I'll see
Go the
y'all.
fuck to sleep.
I'll probably jump in on Saturday because no more hairs.
Yeah.
So
we will see you there.
Yep, I'll see you guys.
Select a drop point. Supplies requested.
Oh no, the supplies are gonna be dropped on top of the cave.
Dead.
Supply drop complete.
Can I even get on top of the cave? No, I can't. Well, fuck.
I'll say, fuck.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
I may have to use their own weapon emplacements against that chopper. My dude, do you need to spam missiles against one guy? The answer is yes, I'm big motherfucking boss. Also, he destroyed my... He destroyed my machine gun emplacement. Oh, the box landed there. Good. So it didn't land in an accessible place. Now, I can take you on properly. Oh, that was a mission task. Okay.
Yeah. I'm still kicking myself for selling the complete Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus when I did, because but it's just like I needed the money at the time, so
Yeah, I understand. You need the money.
Had to make the sacrifice, but
yeah,
if I can, I will definitely try and regain at least Minimus Ambus, because that itself is what I'm really more interested in than Magnus himself or the armor.
Yeah.
You know what they say, a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Okay, but when are they going to stand down, Miller?
I
think all but one of them are dead, Miller. I don't think they're still looking for me.
I see the sniper line. Is that Quiet's?
Yeah, that's Quiet's.
Okay.
She's trying to keep track of me.
Oh, okay. Is he dead? He is now.
You know what? Might as well do some exploring / raiding while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And just to keep them from calling back up.
Hello.
Yeah, we can put that on the cardboard box too.
And that too. Why the fuck not?
Okay, they finally called off the alert.
Finally.
Okay, there's like one guy still alive, and he is determined to find me. And you know what? Just because of all the trouble you caused me, I'm gonna steal your materials. Fuck you.
Damn!
And I'm gonna destroy your anti-air radar, because fuck you especially.
Fuck this guy in particular.
Fuck this camp in particular.
Well, shit, there goes that plan. What plan? There was a plan? There was a plan, what'd you say? Isn't our plan usually just shoot first, exclamation later? Shut up!
See, all according to Cake. Translator's note. Cake means Keikaku. Translator's note. Keikaku means plan.
All according to plan. Excellent work as always, Metal. Are we ready to wrap this up, Sage? I don't know if you saw, Ari, but I did run into a Metal Sonic at the con over the weekend.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I posted it. I posted the pictures in the Circle server. So, and I know you're in there, but I just don't know how often.
I don't really ever check there, so that's why I didn't see it.
That's fair. I will grab the photo and send it to you directly.
Okay. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Because I love seeing cosplays of robotic characters. Anyways, so, our 5 remaining targets are in here. Now that I can finally open this damn door.
We'll get your rent when you fix this damn door!
Have you figured it out yet?
Figured what out?
Who the targets are.
Kids?
They're kids.
Bingo. You know what to do.
They're child soldiers.
They're child soldiers, and they've been forced into slavery in the mines.
Ah, jeez.
And, the guy who hired us for this mission, their former CEO, you know, former commanding officer,
yeah,
wanted us to kill them. And Big Boss, he's not about to kill kids.
Nope.
He's taking them back with him.
Good.
All that shooting, it wasn't, you know, they're recording him firing the bullets, so they can send that as proof that he killed the kids to the guy that hired them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's no video with this, it's just audio.
Right.
See, Big Boss, he thinks on his feet. He's a smart man. There's a reason he's a legendary soldier. He's a smart man who believes in Santa Claus and is scared of Draculas.
Not vampires, but Draculas in particular.
Like, he doesn't say Draculas like that, but, like, the mention of Dracula triggers the nightmare sequence in the PS2 version of Metal Gear Solid 3. So, like, I like to believe that he's, like, one of those people that refers to, like, all scary vampires as Draculas. Alright, this kid, we can't just Fulton them out because they can't handle the shock of a Fulton recovery because they're kids. And one of them's injured.
Yeah, lovely.
One of them's injured and can't walk. So this has turned into an escort mission.
Oh god, I hate escort missions.
This is what I was talking about when I said, I'm gonna have to, you know, get lethal.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I can technically, you know, take the non-lethal approach with these guys, but it's much more convenient to just take them out lethally.
Yeah.
Lead them to the objective area. But they won't hear you if you're too far away from them. Keep that in mind.
I kind of find the idea of Quiet humming her theme song to be like her. I don't know what that would be like a warning call. Basically, be like, you know, it's like you.
I mean, given that it's picked up over the radio, it's. I assume it's sort of like one of those like she can't talk, so it's sort of like her hint at like, you know, this is the last thing you're gonna hear.
Exactly. That's what I kind of like to think of it as. Like, it's her basically just kind of giving like a funeral dirge, basically saying it's like, this is the last thing you're ever gonna hear, and it's your funeral dirge.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not 100% sure because I can't. I'm not a mind reader. It's not one of my abilities.
No.
I can barely read my own mind.
Yeah, join the club, dude. Join the club.
Oh, that's a lot of burnt bodies.
Ooh. I wonder if it tastes like chicken.
I mean, if you want to get technical, most people say that human meat tastes like pork.
Wouldn't know.
Complete.
I know the only reason I know this is not from, trying human meat, obviously.
Please don't. I would hope not.
It's from reading some stuff about like certain historical events and or historical figures that involved like some pretty grim stuff. Late night Wikipedia searches.
Yeah.
Like I have a book that I still need to read about a plane crash in the Andes Mountains in, I think, the 70s, where
it was like a rugby team, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a football team.
Rugby, football, same thing.
Well, no, football is in like soccer. Where they crashed in the Andes Mountains,
Yeah.
needed to wait on recovery, running out of food. Tried eating parts of the seating of the plane, and found that it was inedible due to it being treated with chemicals. A lot of people died in that crash, and they were being preserved by the cold of the mountains. So they were like, okay, we've only got one supply of food here, and it's not going to be pretty, and we're just not going to talk about it afterwards. But we have enough meat here that has been preserved to last us for a good while.
Yeah.
It was basically like a Donner Party situation.
Yeah, I've heard about the Donner Party. They became desperate enough that they had to resort to doing what they did.
Yeah, that's basically what happened in the Andes plane disaster that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Except, this was in a more modern era. So, it was really sensationalized. There was, like, movies, there was books.
Yeah.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Yeah, I joked with a couple of my classmates a couple weeks ago, actually. Like, we were doing some field lab stuff, and I joked. I was like, if you go down to the woods today, you're in for a big surprise. You go down to the woods today, you better go in disguise. But when the ground is cold and covered with snow, you'll find yourself in the glare of the Wendigo.
I mean, if I were to do, like, a poem involving something like that, I would be like, watch out where the huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow.
See, I am that asshole who will try to scare people. I don't try to fuck with them like that.
I mean, that's from some song from, like, the 70s. I can't remember what it's called.
Technically, mine is actually it is a quote, but it's actually it's basically just from a song, except the last verse is changed to be what I said. It's basically a song, but I don't remember what the song was called. It's sorry, the song was "If You Go Down to the Woods Today." I don't know. It's an old song, so
Yeah,
I'd say
this
it's
is an
probably
old
like,
song too that I was quoting.
So, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, yours is old, mine's old, so it's kind of old stuff. My thing is, one of my classmates is actually of native descent, so if he heard me say that, I don't know why he didn't. I don't know why he didn't say anything, but chances are he probably just didn't hear me say it. Or if he is of, you know, native descent, he's probably not like the tribe that. I don't think he's like Algonquin descent or anything like that.
Okay.
I know he's I know he apparently is from, like, he's got family dating back to both America and like U.S. and Canada territories. So that much I know, but I don't know the full details.
The chopper will be arriving any minute. Hurry to the RV.
Alright, we're gonna get ambushed here, I believe. So...
Ambush!
Yes.
Ambush!
This is B-Squad. They're on your back. Hold them off.
Yeah, there's gonna be an ambush here.
Map has been updated.
This is B-Squad. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
I don't know. You know, the funny thing is, when you're with your helicopter playing Ride of the Valkyries, it just makes me think of you know, some of the psychological warfare that the U.S. did during the Vietnam War.
And that they still do today.
Yeah.
Alright, now we have to load each of these kids onto the chopper one at a time.
Oh boy. But like in particular, I'm referring to what was it, like Operation Wandering Soul. And like this one was apparently considered to be too controversial because apparently it spooked not only the enemy Vietnamese soldiers, but also the Allied ones as well. So that's why they had to stop it, because apparently it was like they realized it was affecting their own troops as well. So they were like, yeah, let's swap this out and play other more American music. And I think Ride of the Valkyries just happened to have been one of the pieces of music that they played, blasting over their loudspeakers through helicopters.
That is probably the least trouble I've had on this mission ever. Yeah, usually I get, like, ambushed by a whole bunch of people, including a sniper.
Oh boy. Maybe the game felt sorry for you.
Alright, now we got some child soldiers on the base.
The map has been extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete. Great work.
Ooh, S rank on that too. Damn!
Boom. Sorry, if it sounds like I'm far away, it's because I am. I'm putting some stuff back on the display.
Okay. Alright, that's one of the more difficult missions out of the way, as far as story missions go. I like to think that he's not looking at this like, wow, is this our new home? And more like, why the fuck is it blindingly pink? Like that one kid staring out the window in awe. He's like, oh my god, it's so hideous.
Ah, shit. They still look good.
I mean, they're from an active war zone, so they're probably freaked out by being surrounded by more soldiers.
I'm thinking that
Yeah.
he's tougher than he looks. A little training, he'll make himself useful.
Never like kids. Especially ones with guns.
Ah, shit.
See, kid's a natural.
No. He's no natural. Far from it.
Keep in mind, Miller's got one arm.
Yeah.
And he still managed to disarm that kid.
We noticed on the way in, we've expanded housing.
And he's blind, remember.
From ours.
I forgot he was blind.
Yeah.
So what, we're running a daycare now?
To learn how to read and write. Do basic jobs.
Chance at a real life.
So they're not going to be child soldiers. They're going to, you know, teach them life skills and teach them how to read and write.
There's no room for angels in our heaven.
Basically, you know, reform them so they can live in a... So they can live in
Normal.
Somewhat normal lives. As normal as life
Yeah.
can get in Metal Gear.
Right.
Especially when Big Boss is involved.
But I'm curious, when the hell did Miller could just easily be...
It was, remember, we had to rescue him from being captured, tortured, and about to be executed at the beginning of the game. And it was, like, he woke up before Big Boss did. He was active way earlier during that 9-year time skip.
Okay.
He was captured by Soviet soldiers, tortured. That's where he lost his arm and leg and was blinded. And he was, you know, going to be executed in 3 days, but then Big Boss got him out of there and took him back to Mother Base. That was like the first main mission of the game.
For whatever reason, like, I could have sworn it was him handling DD, but I guess that was...
No, that was Ocelot. Ocelot was the one handling DD.
Okay, that makes sense. Because for whatever reason, I thought it was Miller, but I was like, nope, that's Ocelot.
Please landing zone.
Roger. This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
I believe we got a new tape as well. Oh yeah, the new tape we got was True by Spandau Ballet. Now I remember. No new briefing tapes yet, but we'll probably get one after our next mission.
Gaining altitude.
Alright, let's see what we got here in terms of combat deployment we can do. Those guys are done in 3 minutes. Definitely gonna need to get rid of snipper riffles.
Unit dispatch. dispatched.
And let's see what we can develop.
Please.
Oh yeah, I can develop some stuff for my chopper. That I think I should be able to develop armor now.
Project.
Yes, armor for the chopper. That's going to be sorely needed.
Excuse me.
Well, Xcard on you.
I said excuse me.
Alright, and we got another interpreter that we can extract who speaks Kikongo. So we're definitely getting him. And I'm thinking we bring in Didi on this.
Deploying.
Hey guys, did you heard about Guagor?
Yes, I heard about Gargura. Also, hi Lulu. Hope you're doing good.
I unfortunately have never heard of.
She's she's one of the original English members of Hololive, and she announced yesterday that she's graduating, which means she's retiring from Hololive.
That's what you and is that the one you and Miles were talking about
that's the
before?
one that me, Miles, and Furret were talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's retiring from Hololive in May. And that's upset a lot of people because she was like one of the most popular VTubers.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, she'll still be active on her other account. It's just you know, it won't be Gargura anymore. It'll be her pre-Gargura account that's been in limbo for a bit.
Yeah.
Due to her, you know, as one of the premier members of Hololive, not having time to work on 2 accounts. That's one thing that I really like about Calliope. You know, Mori Calliope, is that she has 2 entirely different personas and 2 entirely different music careers that she balances somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
But she does.
There should be a Kikongo English interpreter somewhere in that area. If you extract him, he could be plenty useful for us.
I'm so not... like, even though I've been playing this game a lot lately, I will never get used to hearing Ocelot with a deep, somewhat southern drawl. Given that I'm used to him either sounding like Josh Keaton or sounding very much like this.
Yeah.
You're pretty good. You know, that kind of like rasp. I'm not used to him sounding like Troy Baker. I equipped the wrong snipper rifle for this.
Enemy presence detected.
Damn it.
Map has been caution. Rain approaching.
I didn't equip my custom one that has a suppressor on it.
But yeah, you know, funny thing about going back to what I was saying earlier with the Kingdom Galvatron, like I'm still gonna keep my legacy version because that has you know, a cleaner paint job. That's a clean version of the Kingdom version. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely go ahead and keep this, but I'm still gonna swap out for the main display the legacy version with the Studio Series 86 when I get the money to hit that. Because just I don't know what it is. I think it's like once I saw like the overall detail that they went into on the paint on the newer version, I was like, okay, yeah, this definitely is gonna be on my list of figures to get.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Like I know I'm not exactly always one for the whole show accurate paint scheme, but something like that, I just like the paint applications on this one a little bit better.
Yeah, I get you. Sometimes a little paint can be all the difference in the world.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that I was surprised I would actually like his particle beam cannon being solid plastic rather than translucent. Because I like the idea of the one. I like the Legacy / Kingdom version where it's like it's translucent, so it's not supposed to be like an actual Earth style cannon. So of course it could be translucent. The problem with the translucency is that I can actually see where everything was bolted together, and
yeah, and translucent also shows stress marks really easily.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about translucent plastic prone to much more prone
breakage,
to breakage than opaque plastic.
Yeah.
Which is why I will never ever buy a Ghost Starscream redeco. Because why would I want a figure that is mostly made out of plastic that's eventually going to decay and cave in on itself? It's like buying a it's like buying that one what's his name? Randy. The one that's made almost entirely out of gold plastic.
Yeah, I've seen the videos of what happens with that figure if you try to put it in. You have it in hand. It's like someone actually.
Yeah, I'm the one who showed it to you.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were the one who showed it to me. For one reason, I thought I stumbled across that, but no, I remember you showed it to me. And it's like in the video, the guy actually just put it.
He crushes it in his hand with no effort.
Yeah, like he literally just closed his hand, and the thing crumbled to dust.
Yeah. That kind of stuff is why I'm like, can we please get some, like, Transmetal figures in Generations? Not just Transmetal 2s, like, they did Transmetal 2 Megatron. I like that.
We need a Transmetal 1 Megatron.
We need a Transmetal 1 Megatron especially, because that figure is especially prone to GPS.
Right.
But Hasbro's whole thing is like, oh, we don't know how to do the metallic effect without, just doing it with paint. I'm like, then do it with paint, motherfuckers. No one cares about it looking like it did in the 90s in terms of, like, that metal flake effect to it. No one wants that.
Not to mention the fact is that I have seen them do, like, this gradient effect in plastic when they try to do with, like, metallic sort of thing. Like, on the new Studio Series 86 Galvatron, for instance, the knee guards actually do have like a gradient sort of shine to them.
Hell, the Dragon Megatron, it doesn't have, vacuum metallized stuff. It's like all paint effects, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that with any Transmetal ones?
Right. Also, I don't know if I'm in the minority here on this idea, but I kind of want to see them try to do like Cybertronian versions of like the Dinobots, like actually give them vehicle modes, just to see like a what if sort of thing. Was like, hey, look,
I could see a way of from a branding standpoint of how to do that without causing too much brand confusion. Bring back the whole like I can't remember which comic continuity it was, but it was like, oh, before they took on the Dino forms, they were a strike force known as the Dinobots with a Y.
Oh, yeah, I think that was Dreamwave.
That was probably Dreamwave. They would do something cheesy like that. But,
yeah.
Like, just call them, like, Dinobot, like, Dinobot Strike Force, characters.
Yeah.
instead of,
they are-
the dinosaur robots.
Like, you could easily argue, it's like, the Dinobot title could go either way, like, depending on how you spell it, because, like,
Yeah,
you
it's
could
pronounced
say
the same way.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact it's like, if you were to go with, like, a whole Cybertronian, for the Cybertronian, version, like you say, it's like Dynamo, like Dino as in Dynamo.
Yeah.
And which, would make sense for the Dinobots because they are. I could see them being like part of a dynamo sort of thing.
Well, the word you're thinking of is dynamo, not dynomo. So that would be the Dinobots.
Even still, they've done dumber shit before. So.
Yes, they have. They've done much dumber shit before, like Squeaks. Remember when they tried to make Squeaks like their new mascot?
Oh,
there was a big marketing push for Squeaks.
Yeah, to replace Bumblebee.
Big marketing push for big marketing push for this character that doesn't even transform in the movie that he's in and barely does anything. It's like he's going to be our BB-8 because Baby Yoda hasn't happened yet.
Right.
He's going to be our BB-8, except BB-8 had a cute design, whereas Squeaks looked like a monstrosity.
BB-8 even still, like, as much as, I don't mind BB-8 too much, I just don't feel like
BB-8's just we have R2-D2 at home, but made for good toys. That's the big thing.
Yeah, I'm like, I give it credit for the fact it's like, it is literally just like a soccer ball with a R2 style head on it. Which, okay, visually looks okay, but, just like, I don't see the appeal. But, I get it. It was, they were trying some new stuff. I get it. A lot of, I will say this. As much as I rag on Disney for, the new Star Wars stuff, I will say, I did like a lot of the new ship designs and some new droid designs that came out of the Disney era. Like K2SO, I like that. I like his design. Lanky, thin, basically being a security droid. Quote-unquote security droid. Because the Empire basically had outlawed battle droids, so they basically said it's like, oh, that's not a battle droid, it's a security droid. It's a difference.
It's a distinction without a difference.
Pretty much. It's legally distinct. The best
kind of distinct.
It's distinct.
I don't know. I haven't had enough G Fuel.
Well, consider this,
I say I haven't had enough G Fuel when I'm almost done with my can of G Fuel.
And when I say hydrate, I don't mean with the water. Use the G Fuel.
I'll do both.
Okay.
There we go. We've put into development the ultimate weapon, a water pistol.
Like,
as in a squirt gun, yes.
Okay, please tell me there is a tactical advantage to a squirt gun being on a battlefield.
There actually are some good uses for the water pistol. You just have to get creative with it.
Like, I would definitely be the one. I'd be the kind of guy who was like, I would definitely have a water pistol developed, but like make sure like the reservoir and the and the nozzle for that thing, like the barrel and everything, are able to house the liquid that goes inside. Basically, instead of it being like water, it's acid.
Well, yeah, but it's a non-lethal weapon.
I know.
It has infinite ammo is one thing. And it's mainly something that you can use to cause distractions to lure guards away from their posts. And in any encounters with the man on fire is weak to water.
Ah, makes sense. Also, BRB, bathroom.
Okay. Why the hell are my staff still fighting each other? Stop fighting, guys! I thought I got rid of all the troublemakers.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched.
Alright, we got our Kikongo interpretor. I'm thinking we move on to the next story mission.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted.
Let's see, do I bring the goodest boy with me, or... Yeah, I'm gonna bring the goodest boy with me.
Excellent choice, my lord.
Actually, I'm gonna go back to customization and make sure that my snipper rifle is up to date.
Ah, yes. Cannot leave base without an updated snipper rifle. I don't know why I'm doing this voice, but whatever.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Yeah, it is up to date.
Excellent.
Alright, we're all up to date. Now, let's actually commence the mission.
Accepted. Deploying.
Now, I need to extract 2 specific targets. And there's multiple ways you can go about this. I'm going to go about whatever way I can fucking manage. Part of this involves tailing them. Like, technically I'm supposed to eliminate them, but you know I'm gonna recruit them. Because these are unique, unique people.
Fair enough.
Also, you know, recruiting the guy that's got... recruiting the major who's, you know, planning on starting nuclear weapons development, you know, we could get some ideas on, hey, where the hell are you getting the materials for nuclear weapons development? In this economy.
Right.
I say that as even though, like, 1984 was, like, a big economic boom for the entire world, I believe. Oh shit, there's a chopper.
84.
Oh yeah, because the chopper is carrying one of the targets, duh.
Analysis. Enemy presence detected.
You tin-horned idiot! I can get away with saying that, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to not accidentally get you TOS banned.
Has been updated.
I don't see what would be offensive about calling Big Boss a tin-horned idiot.
I don't know, dude. Your TOS is weird.
What? Huh? What the hell? I was like, hey, you okay?
You got it. Stay on it.
Let's come on.
The map has been updated.
Hey!
Snake,
Mission
they're gonna notice something's up.
updated.
No way the target will stick around for the meeting now. You'll just have to get the meeting point out of the Major's van. Not good. The target is trying to escape. Eliminate the target before he escapes.
Analysis complete.
No, I didn't mean to kick Dee Dee. What the hell? Alright, I was thinking of a different mission, so let's restart. I'm getting my missions confused because there's a lot of, like, very similar ones in this part of the game.
Hmm.
And with that, the G Fuel is gone.
Oof.
The mission objective is to eliminate the PF commander they call
Ow.
the Major. One of the Major's subordinates working undercover with the CFA is due to make contact with him. Check his current location on your iDroid. Follow him, and he should lead you right to the Major.
Right to the Major, you say?
Yes, Major.
What's his first name? Chip?
No, his first name is The. He's not going by a code name. That's just his name. He hates his parents.
Oh, jeez. I thought my jokes were bad.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Here I am thinking, it's like, who writes this trash?
The answer is, it's improv, so there's no writing involved.
Question is, what is a phenomena?
The question is, who cares? Oh!
You know, that's another one we should do together, like a cosplay sort of thing. It's like
Statler and Waldorf, hell yeah.
Has been updated.
But who would be who?
That's a good question. We may be able to locate another energy emission from the radar room. When we find that meter, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
Analysis.
Stay on it.
The map has been updated.
I saw on eBay recently someone actually 3D printed like a actual lathe for Solus Prime to interact with.
Okay.
So like because she's got her hammer and everything, she's got the forge hammer, but you know someone actually 3D printed an actual forge of her So I think that's actually a nice touch, and
Yeah, it is.
definitely something that I need to pick up when I have time and money for it. Still waiting for my fingers to fully recover, but it's a slow process. But I'm just glad it's finally getting back to normal, slowly but surely.
We have no fix on the target, not even a predicted field of movement. All we have to go on is this meeting with his subordinate. Remember, this guy will call the meeting off if he thinks he's being tailed. You've got to do everything you can to stay out of sight.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be sneaky, 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 sneaky. Yeah, I was confusing this with a different mission that takes place at the airfield. That's why I tried to, extract them instead of tailing him.
Analysis
Yeah.
complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
I just got the stupidest idea for, like, a gimmicky physical collector's edition bonus that they could do for, like, a theoretical new Metal Gear game. Like a remake of the original Metal Gear. Which still has Big Boss as the villain, but also has Solid Snake. Some physical collector's editions of video games come with figurines.
Yeah.
Go all in on, like, the retro 80s vibe with, like, some 80s G.I. Joe styled figures of Solid Snake and Big Boss.
Yes.
Like how there was a collector's edition of Wolfenstein: The New Colossus that included, like, a classic G.I. Joe styled figure of B.J. Blazkowicz. When I say classic G.I. Joe, I mean, like, the more doll-like figure instead of the 3 3/4-inch action figure.
Yeah.
Presence detected. The map has been updated.
Like, one thing I'm actually hoping that, speaking of G.I. Joe stuff, one thing I'm hoping that Hasbro actually goes ahead and gives us, hopefully in the near future, is, what is it, like one of the Star Brigade characters, like more of the alien characters from, like the 90s era of G.I. Joe.
I'm not too familiar with G.I. Joe, so I wouldn't begin to give any thoughts on it.
Analysis.
Main thing is that there is one character from G.I. Joe lore that got thrown in with Transformers. And his name is Carcass. He's an alien with, like, 4 arms and, like, 4 eyes. And
well, I mean, I've got 4 arms, too. I've got 4 arms, I've got 4 legs, I've got biceps, I've got, it's not too impressive to have 4 arms. Yeah, I deserve that. I deserve all of your scorn.
But yeah, no, the character's name is Carcass, and in the Devil's Due Publishing G.I. Joe Transformers crossover series, Unicron abducted him and a few other aliens that were apparently planning on pillaging Earth for like any particular valuables or whatever, because they were like raiders.
Were they raiders of the Lost Ark?
As far as I understand, I don't know what they were going after.
Were they Tomb Raiders?
What exactly? No clue.
Were they Atlanta Raiders? I don't know if that's actually a team, but it sounds like a team.
Okay, subject is in.
No, I was thinking the Atlanta Braves. I can't remember which state the Raiders, which city/state the Raiders are.
Dallas, I think.
No, that's the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It also depends on the sport, and I don't know what sport the Raiders are.
Yeah.
I'm not a sportsman.
Neither
People
am
keep
I.
on asking me, like, so what sports do you like? And I'm like, do I look like someone who's into sports? The answer is yes, but
Vegas.
the answer is, I mean, a lot of people that are into sports are out of shape like I am because they're armchair sportsmen. But, you know, do I look like someone... Like, look at how many video game consoles I've got hooked up at once. And, like, tell me, do I look like someone who's really into sports?
I mean, I didn't think you were until you let slip that you were actually a bit of a football fan.
Not really a football fan, just a fan of my state's team.
Fair enough.
And that's more so just,
yeah,
like,
so-
pride in my home state. Rather, very limited pride in my home state, rather than being a fan of the sport of football.
I see. So, yeah, so the Raiders are a Vegas football team.
Okay. All this for a joke involving different kinds of raiders.
They're Star Raiders, okay? They're Star Raiders. That was the subline they were part of anyway, so it makes sense.
I'm pretty sure there's like an Italian Star Wars ripoff called Star Raiders, now that I think about it. Because there's so many Italian Star Wars ripoffs. Just Italian ripoffs in general. I don't know why Italy in particular specialized in ripoff movies. But, like, that sounds very much like it could be a, like a 70s Italian Star Wars ripoff.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically the idea is that Carcass, he got consumed by Unicron, and, okay, yeah, so according to the wiki, Carcass and Predacon were recruited by an alien named Lobotomax to help pillage the backwater planet of Earth. Upon arriving in Earth's solar system, however, all three would-be raiders and their ship were devoured by Unicron. And Carcass was recruited into Unicron's army of thralls, basically to work as antibodies for any would-be invaders to Unicron's inner systems. Apparently, at one point, apparently he actually used Unicron actually used Carcass as a puppet to like communicate with Flint from G.I. Joe.
Sorry, I don't know why the enemy AI bugged out there and kept on walking around in circles instead of initiating the conversation. I had to reset that.
Oh, shit.
We have no fix on the target.
Yeah, the enemy AI just kind of stroked out there a bit.
Remember, this guy will call the meeting off if he thinks he's being tailed. You've got to do everything you can to stay out of sight.
Oh, so I don't know if this is apparently a new thing to me, but apparently Firefox has recently done their own version of tab islands.
I don't know what a tab island is.
It's the same. I think it's the same kind of stuff where it's like you can basically put group tabs together into like little like tab folders or whatever. But I think Opera GX does.
Okay. I've never known about this feature. All the time I've been using Opera GX.
I heard about that from somewhere, and like mainly from like an old sponsored thing where it was like someone said it's like, oh, this video has been sponsored by Opera GX. And they were like advertising what all it could do. So like apparently if you tried to overlay one tab over another, you get like a tab folder, and they called them tab islands.
Okay.
So I can have like a ton of tabs open at once, but still not have the whole tab bar cluttered with crap.
Are tab islands in any way related to Gilligan's Island? I don't know, I've never seen Gilligan's Island. The most I've seen is the Mad TV. Yeah. I'm really at it with the corny jokes tonight.
Yeah. You got corn in your ears, mister?
No, I don't have any corn. It's hard to find good corn in this area.
Ah.
Dat jy die job van die hand gewys het omdat jy geweet het van die siekte. En nou is iemand besig om 'n vergeldingskwoord saam te stel.
Van alle dinge. Ek maak soms my hande vuil. Maar ek's 'n engel in vergelyking met sommige van hierdie bliksems. Slawehandel. Reg onder hulle neus en hulle wil my vervolg.
Maar ek's nie 'n voortrekker nie, maar jy's heeltemal reg. Nie een van ons verdien 'n prys op sy kop.
In elk geval, sit die res in 'n geskrewe verslag. Wat meer belangrik is jou volgende taak. ZRS probeer 'n ou man om die lewe bring. Dit het iets te doen met kernwapen. Maar ek het geen idee wie die ou man is nie.
Ek verstaan. Ek sal dit ondersoek. Kernwapens te ondersoek.
Development complete.
Dis 'n baie gevaarlike pad om te loop.
Ek weet nie. Kan mens wat hierdie plek nodig het. Bietjie skrik maak tussen die lande. Dan baie bloedvergieting stop.
Jy dink Mobutu en die res sal die sin daarvan kan insien.
Maar miskien het hulle planne om die groot koppe ook gelukkig te hou. Vir nou, vind uit waarmee ZRS besig is.
Ek begryp nie.
Mission info has been updated.
This is the fun of having a laser pointer on your gun.
Looks to my tabs and can actually read them for the first time in well over a month.
Have you been keeping tabs on them?
I don't know, that's Timo.
Oh, Timo said that. Sorry, I haven't been reading chat for a bit because there's really been nothing in chat except for notifications for, like,
yeah, I just happened to look towards the chat. I happened to look towards the chat and I see Timo actually.
Subject on board.
Oh, wow.
Okay, subject is in. Hardly looks like the treasure trove of intel we were hoping for. Well, whatever. Exfiltrate the hot zone and RTV.
Yeah.
I love that this guy hasn't even noticed that 2 people have died around him.
Talk. Okay, I went to bed when I was 3. Not that kind of talk, you idiot. Bye-bye.
And you know what? I'm gonna take this Jeep too.
Sure, why not?
And this Jeep.
So we got ourselves a hound and a swindle.
And a third Jeep.
Roll bar.
You can also let members of the combat unit use them on dispatch missions.
And let's see. We can have our helicopter pick us up right here, over here. All right, come on. Actually, let's set up some traps, some animal traps, so we can rescue some small critters from the combat zone.
Critters. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Well, get ready for Critter on the Shitter.
You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Now get ready for Shaggy on a Baggy. It wasn't that funny, dude.
I don't know. I don't know. Zoinks!
Camera full of snake ass. Perfect way to end a mission.
Extraction arrived at Mother.
Now, what would you want? Snake ass or America's ass?
I mean,
All right, mission complete, boss.
it depends on the America. Depends on, well, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you on that.
Just a rumor he was paid to spread around.
Oh, he wasn't actually getting into nukes. All this was for nothing.
Well, shit.
And this nuclear arms trading is clearly connected to that yellow cake. He thought the same thing, which is why he tried to investigate ZRS himself. He said something else that caught my attention. That ZRS are trying to kill some old man. How did one old man get that kind of attention?
We captured
Don't mind
6
me,
gerbils.
That's a gerbil?
That's a gerbil.
Looks like a rat to me.
Well, gerbil is a kind of rodent.
Yeah, technically. Also, I just sent you another photo to look at.
Yeah, I saw the Rachel photo earlier. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I stumbled across that. I don't know where I found that, but it was in my files, and I was like, yeah, send this your way.
Huey's got an idea for a new weapon for us. Because Zeke went so well.
Mm-hmm.
This. It's a variable, multi-legged tank. A spin-off of Metal Gear technology.
Big fan of spin-offs, isn't he? I hear he borrowed from the Soviets in Costa Rica, too.
The design allows for a lot of freedom in setups. It's based around a central core unit, so you can quickly reconfigure the hardware to suit any sort of mission parameters.
What the good doctor's trying to say is that it's customizable.
Naturally, it will raise the probability.
Huey, why were you resting your coffee on the schematics? There's a coffee cup stain on there. What the fuck?
Increasing your preemptive strike capability against enemy elements. You just deploy it in a war zone, and its superior firepower puts the brakes on enemy attacks. Eventually, the whole war machine grinds to a halt. A true battle gear.
Get ready for the battle gear to be a massive disappointment. related to cut content that's related to the game being unfinished.
You think it'll cut it in the field? Turning radius is better than any tanks. That's great for regional skirmishes. Tech like this is popping up all among the PFs. Best way to deal with them is to fight fire with fire.
I'll await your instructions then, boss.
You know, I would love to see where it's like that exosuit or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know,
the mechanical legs that he has.
Yeah. Oh wow. I was just gonna say, it's like I kind of wish it would, you know, have the ability to reconfigure itself into like a chair, like a mobile chair.
Yeah, it can do that.
Feel like yeah, I was just like, I more so like I've seen this in like a CG version of Hardock Space Pirate, where it's like this one guy apparently, like he apparently is paralyzed, so he can't walk, but his wheelchair has the ability to transform to the point where it can allow him to stand. To an extent, like he can stand sort of because he's just leaning up against this thing. When he's making like a presentation or whatever to like world leaders or whatever.
Right. But Huey has a major design flaw with his specific mechanical legs.
And that is?
Well, actually, two major design flaws. One, they need external power. So he has to keep like basically a battery with him on his person, and if it runs out of charge or is disconnected, he can no longer walk. And two, because he's, you know, very insecure about being paraplegic, and now he's able to walk, and he wants to make sure that no one can take that away from him, he bolted them to his bones.
Welcome home, boss.
Huey.
So,
fuck.
If someone were to, like, use something corrosive on the metallic legs, it would spread into his bones. There's a secret third flaw, yeah, but we ain't getting to that yet.
I say again, Huey, what the fuck?
Huey, what the fuck, and goddammit, Huey are going to be recurring motifs throughout this game.
Please landing zone. Roger.
Like, people loved Huey in Peace Walker. People don't really love Huey all that much after Phantom Pain. It really recontextualizes his character. But I'm not going to get into that too much. You know, I'll let that play out.
Yeah.
So mash them together, you get... Mash them together, god damn it, Huey, what the fuck?
Yep.
Basically, yeah. Alright, this next mission is the big story mission I was looking forward to us doing. Where we're finally, you know, without getting too much into spoiler territory, we're finally gonna see what the Man on Fire's up to. Because we haven't seen him since the opening chapter of the game. I say opening... well, yeah, it was its own chapter, the prologue.
Mission list updated.
Alright, I have to, apply some armor to my helicopter. There we go. Now it's ready. And we might as well put some more stuff into development.
Please Please specify a project.
What am I gonna develop? Oh, we got the Killer Bee. Definitely developing that. The Killer Bee is basically our own version of the honeybee weapon from that one chapter. You know, the homing missiles.
Ah, yes.
The one where we had to recover it without using any of its ammo. Well, it's scarred on you.
Eh.
And let's see what buddy equipment we can do. And do I really want to invest in some D-Walker parts right now? The answer is yes.
Please specify a project.
And do I develop some guided missiles or some rockets?
Guided missiles, I think.
There we go. All right, let's see if we got any side ops that are worth doing right now. The answer to that is no. And, once again, make sure my weapons are up to par. There we go, we got a grade 3 one now. And we gotta give it back its beautiful paint scheme. There we go. There we go. All my weapons are pretty now.
Pretty.
Please select a mission.
And, let's see here. Do I bother sending these guys out for something like this? The answer is probably yes.
Unit dispatch.
There we go. These online dispatch missions pass in real time, even when you're not playing the game. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, they take a lot longer, but they give you bigger rewards, and you don't have to actively be playing the game in order for time to progress on them.
Mission accept heading to Central Africa.
Alright, I know what's coming up, so I'm gonna need the battle dress. Alright, this is a mission that was given to us by one of the children we rescued. Basically, we've got to get their group's leader out of this prison camp called the Devil's House.
Oh, wow.
The target is Shivani. He was the leader of the boys being forced to work at the mine. He was separated from the others and taken away to Ngumba Industrial Zone. The locals call this place Nzoya Badia Bulu, the Devil's House. Boss, find Shivani and extract him safely. You can check the target's location on your iDroid.
So we gotta go all the way that way.
An outpost in a sunken road. Monoko Yanyoka, the snake's mouth. I get it. Looks like that's the only way to the objective area.
Alright, so we gotta sneak through here first, which is gonna be a bit harder because I'm wearing this armor that doesn't have good camo.
Oh boy.
But that's why I brought Dee Dee with me, so he can mark all the enemies for me.
Analysis complete.
No, you fucking don't. Mark is in point or mark is in P on them? Yes.
Analysis complete.
It all depends on what Dee Dee wants to do. After all, Dee Dee is his own... As we established earlier when you weren't here, Dee Dee is the real protagonist of this story. We're just along for the ride. Alright, stealing this guy. Stealing this guy. I'm gonna steal a lot of guys, basically.
Analysis complete.
Definitely stealing this guy. Did I tell you how I met Dee Dee in your run? No, how did you meet Dee Dee in your run? I presumed you could only meet him the one way.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
I'll have to read that message in a sec. Just gotta take out these guys before they notice I'm snooping as usual. This will also be our last mission of the night. Because not only is it getting late, but it's also, you know, a good stopping point, story-wise.
Yeah.
I hear a song that we can get. All the sun touches.
Analysis complete.
Is it our kingdom?
Analysis complete.
Except for the shadowy place?
Complete.
I haven't seen The Lion King since I was in 5th grade. I'm probably misremembering a lot of that.
Roger that.
Like, I've seen The Lion King 1.5 more than I've seen The Lion King. And the only reason I've seen The Lion King 1.5 is I can't even remember how I saw it. It's just, I saw that in, like, school or something. That's also where I saw The Lion King. Because in 5th grade, my homeroom teacher had, like, a policy of, like, on your birthday week, you can bring in a movie of your choice as long as it's rated G. Because my school was like, oh, you have to have a permission slip to watch PG-rated movies.
In the 2000s.
It's yes. And PG-13 movies were, like, only for, like, if they were related to, like, the source material, and if they were TV edits of the PG-13 movies. Like, when we watched Forrest Gump, we had to watch the TV edit that cut out some of the swearing and, like, cut down a, kind of intimate scene between Forrest and Jen A. But, like, one kid brought, basically, all this amounts to, like, one kid for their birthday movie brought in, The Lion King, and that's how I first saw it. That's also how I saw Aladdin.
Subject on board.
Like I said, I missed out on a lot of, like, must-see Disney stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
Because I just wasn't all that into Disney. I'm still really not.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what my birthday week movie that I brought in was. I knew I wanted to bring in the Sonic OVA, but that would require renting it from Blockbuster, and they had taken it out of their rotation. So I couldn't rent it. And also, I think I was just sick on my birthday week. Yeah, that was when I had chicken pox. So,
Oh.
No, wait, no. That was 6th grade that I had chicken pox. I was sick on my birthday that year, so I didn't get to do the birthday week movie thing.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Alright, we made it through the snake's mouth. Now let's head towards the devil's house. What could possibly go wrong? As Bubsy would say, if he was suddenly from Boston or Long Island.
Extraction arrived at Metabase.
Excuse me.
Seriously, why do all of my staff members keep getting into fights? What is wrong with them? They need some ikambokum in their lives to raise morale. Either that or I just need to go around and punch all of them because that raises morale. Like we've established, Big Boss says, trained an entire army of submissives. Posture check. You redeemed that right as I was like starting to sit more upright.
You're obviously not having enough CQC with them, apparently.
Yeah. You say that as if it's an innuendo, like, oh yeah, let's have CQC, boss. Close quarters coitus.
Extraction arrived at the base.
I think you might be right.
Again, we state Ocelot's planners open for private sessions. Yeah, exactly. But Ocelot, you know, he likes to get some instruments involved in it. He's very fond of electro play.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, he is known for using electric shock torture.
Yeah.
And there is a kind of fetish for people that like getting electrocuted.
Yeah. The less I know about that, the better. Big Biss?
I think she meant Big Boss. And he's not so fond of knife play. Yeah. Yeah, Ocelot's he doesn't like knife play because a knife is you know, is not what he's explicitly an expert in. He's more so, you know, revolvers. As we've seen from his overly elaborate juggling routine.
Supposedly the valley up ahead is covered in mist almost year-round. The objective area is being...
Thankfully, it's not the mist that signals the arrival of the skulls.
It's toxic, but it can also be used...
We're not dealing with the skulls here. Thank Santa Christ.
The bridge has collapsed.
Extraction.
Looks like you'll have to go down through the valley.
Damn, the bridge is out.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Excuse me.
Let's see, what do we have here? Ooh. Kitty. No, it's a hyena.
That's even better.
There was a 90% chance of retrieval there, and I hope it made it.
Yep.
Apparently, that was also a mission task. That's not mist. The skulls are foretold with fog. Well, no, they do call it mist.
Development complete.
It's just a very different kind of mist. One that's got a lot more particles in the air. Visible particles. It's more so like... Think like a sandstorm, but... not with sand.
Analysis complete.
You may be wondering, why did I take out that decoy? The answer is, it's not a decoy, it's just a guy with an overly inflated ego. Hey, you've been slacking on the jokes tonight, so I'm making up for it.
Touche.
Bye-bye, hyena. And knife play is more Vamp's thing? Yes, knife play is very much Vamp's thing. I mean, Vamp is probably into some kinky shit, let's be honest.
There's a cliff blocking the way to the objective area.
Given that it's more or less outright stated that he was in a throuple with Fortune and her dad, he's into some weird shit.
Oh boy.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
And like all the it's not even subtext, it's so blatant, of his fight with his knife fight with Raiden in Metal Gear Solid 4, where like Raiden's still got the white blood because he hasn't upgraded to his newer body from Metal Gear Rising yet, so like, you know, he's licking the thick white fluid from Raiden's body off of his blade.
Oh, jeez.
Kojima knew exactly what he was doing. Kojima knew that there were some Fujoshis out there looking at this, and he was like, okay, we've done our fair share of like fan service for the guys out there, for the straight guys out there. Let's do something for the ladies and for the gay men. I mean, he knew what he was doing when he made Raiden the pretty boy. Exactly. He knew what he was doing all along. There's no way he could have been unaware of like what kind of fan art he was going to get as a result of so many things in the Metal Gear series. Like, he even said, like, part of why he wanted Quiet to be designed the way she was so people would cosplay her. All right, time.
Oh, that sounds a little. To me.
I mean, it's Kojima. Him and Sus go hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, time to explore the Devil's House. Oh, there's a lot of blood here.
Ah, shit.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's like, oh, what could possibly be out of the ordinary in the Devil's House?
There's some tape players that are playing tapes. Content warning, body horror coming up.
Ooh.
There's our target. There's Shabani, the guy we gotta rescue.
Oh, he's still alive. Ooh.
It's a headphone.
Ugh. Oh, God. The fuck?
It's slimy too.
What are they doing to the poor devil?
Oh.
Are they trying to create...
At Mother Base.
Okay, that wasn't Shabani, but Shabani's in here. I told you this game gets dark. There's Shabani. How you doing, buddy? You doing okay, Shabani? I'm here to rescue you.
I don't think he's doing too well.
Shabani, your boy sent me.
What exactly are they doing to these kids?
Oh, you'll find out. And Skullface is here, so it must be important.
En je må signet og bannetod. Nu går i bek, Hebon. Burn with the rest of them.
Oh, hi, Psycho Mantis. Oh, hi, Man on Fire. Looks like he ditched the coat.
I didn't even realize he had a coat.
He had a coat when we first saw him. I love how the invisible cameraman is shaky as all heck. Yeah, I love that. It feels like there's an actual cameraman shooting this instead of it just being, you know, a like you know, an in-engine camera thing. Makes it feel more cinematic. Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
What the hell is that? Run, boss. It's him again. You can't let him catch you, boss. Get out of there. Boss, I'll have the chopper touch down past the tunnel. Get over there now. Take cover, boss. Spotted you. He's coming.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Okay, so now we just have to wait for Pequod to pick us up. What could possibly go wrong? Where the fuck is he? Where the fuck is the Man on Fire?
Behind you.
Wherever he is, he's angry.
He's angry.
He very angry. Luckily, there are some things we can use to our advantage here. I'm gonna try and lure him in here. The water supply, but I poisoned the water supply. Now everyone dead. Whoops. Will you stop blowing up the water supply, man on fire? Is the chopper even here yet? No. No, it isn't. I at least bought myself some time.
Please select a landing zone.
Damn, what is this guy?
Please come pick me up, Pequod.
Hey, what is this guy? He's the man on fire, Miller!
Well, Miller wasn't there for the man on fire. Yeah, Miller was being held captive at that point. I love how... Yeah, sorry, I was reading Timo's message that she already sent, and I think it was something new.
Oh, no.
Okay, now let's call in another Pequod. We're gonna need another Pequod. Can I Fulton him? I'm gonna Fulton him. Okay, Fultoning him inside a building obviously wasn't gonna work. But I didn't know you could Fulton him while he was stunned. Bye-bye, man on fire.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional. Skullface. So he was in Africa after all. Working behind the scenes. Even that man on fire at his beck and call. But what the hell was going on at the Devil's House? Earphones embedded in people's throats, tapes playing voices. And those lumps on their chests. They look like the ones on the bodies of the oil field. The man on fire burned everything to the ground. But we were recording audio the whole time you were there. We'll conduct a thorough analysis of it. Good. We captured it alive.
So we captured Zazu, and some more gerbils, and a raven, and a hedgehog! So that was some horror for tonight.
Like, seriously, though, what the fuck was Skullface doing in there?
Oh, we'll find out. We'll find out. Probably next time or the time after that.
Oh. Alarm's blaring. Shit just went down, didn't it?
No, that means someone's arriving.
Oh.
Man, boss, you're looking rough. Almost like you've been lit on fire several times today.
Word has it that a Western arms dealer is going to be inspecting a CFA outpost. It appears he's involved with nuclear weapons development in the area. My hunch is that this guy is somehow connected to Cypher. I've got no proof, but we know Skullface is working through PFs in the region. Anyway, it just so happens a job connected to this inspection has come in. Take a look at your iDroid. How you doing, boss?
So yeah, are you satisfied with you know, new story revelations going on for tonight at least?
So far. But I want more.
Sorry, it wasn't a hyena, it was an African wild dog.
Oh. Way off then.
Please select a mission.
I don't know. I don't know my wild dogs.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched.
Actually, no, let's not do that one. We're not gonna have those guys gone for like 4 days.
Unit dispatched.
There we go. That's some dispatches that should be done by the next time we play. We got some tapes, too. Oh yeah, I gotta collect my rewards for side ops completed. Not side ops, dispatch missions.
Please landing zone.
Roger.
Alright, come pick me up, Pequod, so I can face more horrors of war. Remember, it's only war crimes if you get prosecuted for it.
Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
You joke about that, but the achievement in this game for getting D-Dog as a buddy is called Cry Havoc. They knew like I said, they knew exactly what they were doing. Oh, and speaking of Shakespeare and the Cry Havoc line in particular, I need to show you the Cry Havoc scene from Tromeo and Juliet, that exploitation film adaptation of Romeo and Juliet that I brought up on stream once that was made by Troma, the studio that gave us The Toxic Avenger.
Oh, jeez.
It is a sight to behold.
List updated.
Please specify a project.
Please specify a project.
I've got 300 people in the waiting room. Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez.
It looks like none of them are troublemakers, though.
That's good, I guess.
So why do my dudes keep fighting? What's going on? Do I need to literally beat some sense into them?
Commencing platform construction.
All right. With those developments being put into development, let's see. I can. Did it not go through? I could have sworn Yeah, what happened there? I sent those guys out on reconstruction support and... Huh, weird.
Very weird.
Please select a mission.
Alright. With that... With that done... I think we've had enough horrors of war for one night.
War is hell.
Yeah, one of the key things of this game is like, okay, Kojima's like, okay, I know I keep telling you guys war is hell. And you keep on thinking like, oh, but Metal Gear makes war look so cool. So he's like, okay, bet. you think war is cool? Bet. We are going to raid Mavis DeLuna, who is a fellow Eldenwood VTuber, fellow gender fluid one as well, who is playing Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh, cool.
And they also do art on VGen.
Nice.
So commission them. Please do. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you to JKR and Miles for co-hosting with me tonight. I'll see you guys on Saturday, not Friday this time, due to a conflict in my schedule. Until then, unpleasant dreams. Sorry, I forgot how fucky that was. That threw me off.
Well, where was a chorus? You know, I'm not even gonna bother doing it tonight. He doesn't deserve it.
Unpleasant dreams, and good night, everybody.
Seriously, what the actual fuck?